Hey, Justin.
What's up, Paul?
Good evening, all.
Hey,
What's
how you doing?
up?
They passed a new law here. You get arrested for going 100 miles an hour or 50 over now.
Oh, okay.
We're only allowed to go 30 over here.
Yeah, so, what's 20 kilometers? Whatever 20 kilometers is, you're cooked.
20 kilometres, that's about 12 and a half miles an hour.
You know what sucked
Okay.
too?
Yeah,
The
so once
first,
you go over that, you're cooked.
the
You lose your
first,
license for 12 months.
yeah, what sucked was the first guy that got arrested. The law was only enacted 3 minutes.
Hey,
He got
he
him at
goes down in
12.
history. Hello,
He
Sunstar,
got
Brenda,
him at 12:03 a.m.
Dusty, Jonathan.
Yeah, so if you're in a 40, Dusty, and you're doing 80, you're going to jail.
Yep,
Automatic arrestable, or
same
if you
here.
hit 100 miles an hour anywhere on the freeway or on a road.
Mm.
Because it used to be if you doubled the speed limit, like anything over double, I think they could get you for. But now it's
Mm,
just 50 over. So if you're doing, 60 and a 20, or what, 60
shit.
or 70 and a 20, yeah, you're gonna be fucked.
Well, we've got some 20 mile an hour limits, which are usually only around schools and housing estates,
Yeah.
mostly 30, 40, 60, and 70.
Well, Frank, I was out. It took me. I got in a traffic jam. It took me a while to get back here to the house.
Oh, that's
Get
all right.
arrested, you got a
You
You
warning.
know,
got
they got
back.
summertime. You know what summertime is here, Dominic?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
road construction time. They
Yay. No,
take
we just
three or
have it
four
all the
lanes
time
down to
here.
one lane. And there's no way to get.
Yeah. Yeah, had that problem most of the day yesterday.
I like when they do road construction at nighttime. It's a lot easier.
And Jody, Brenda.
Yeah, you fucking pushing it, Dusty. Even doing 90, dude. You trying to get a ticket? There ain't no speed limit anywhere in Florida that's 90 miles an hour. Matter of fact, the fastest speed limit in the U.S. is 85, and
Here comes Joe.
that's in Texas, on the Texas highway in Texas.
And Joe.
That's the
No,
highest speed limit.
we haven't got any speed limits in the UK above 70.
Yeah, the highest one in the U.S., as far as I know, is the one in Texas. It's some random ass, like, just empty highway in Texas.
I'll have to work that one out.
I've been on it before, but I don't think there's any place that's got a higher one. Yep.
Doing, Paul?
Yeah,
I'm doing.
we do 80.
Oh, you look like you're searching something. What you doing?
I'm just downloading the ship that I did.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Thought you
I'm
did
gonna
that.
have to give up on doing all these ships because it's taken too much out of me as an old guy.
Oh, you just do one a day.
Quit using the old card, Paul. You're not old. Stop.
There we
Don't
go.
work
Yeah,
anymore.
Let me
I'll be
check
back.
that.
Yes, I am
Chody
old.
real quick.
Old and decrepit.
Paul, you're not. You just using it as an excuse.
The U.S. Uh,
So did Jim
no,
ever
it
get that thing
says
fixed with all the tools?
Well, he fixed it. I had a great big long heavy duty pipe. He used a pipe on the end of the ratchet and torqued it down really good. So he said though the next time he's up here, he's bring his torque wrench and double check it. But
Okay.
Jody, it's Highway 130 in Texas, and it's 85. That's the fastest. It's located between Austin and San Antonio.
Well, they changed my bandage.
oh, did they?
Yeah, I had wound care, 3 doctors. All of them wanted to come look at it. So all of them are looking at it, and they brought me all the special stuff they don't even have at the hospital.
Thank
Along
you,
with
Jody. That was kind of you to say.
along with that vaginal cream, that y'all talking about,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
vaginal
yeah.
cream. This bottle of cream that they won't let me out. They told me not to let out of my sight because there's no more in the hospital at all. Wound care put it in a trash and give it back.
Giggles is in the chat.
Giggles, come on, Giggles, come up.
Okay.
So when they opened it up, she looked at it, and the doctor that came in from Pam, that's the unit that's gonna treat the leg twice a week to change the bandage. He looked at me and he goes, "Mr. Joe, got kids at Mandeville." So so he knows me. That's when they put it all together, who I really was. Hey, everybody in chat. Oh, he's at work. So
Oh, Giggles is at work. Okay.
that's what he said. So what they wound up doing was when they looked at it, I said, "You got to take a picture." So they took a picture of it, and the first thing they said, they can't imagine how much my leg has gone down in size like that. And Dr. Chaffin looked over at it, and she says, "Look, it's already forming blood vessels. It's already taking." She says, "You're healing faster than I thought you were going to heal."
Good.
Just like that. And she said, "That looks real good." She says, "I knew it was gonna look good because of the way it looked when we started fooling with it." And she told me basically, and they told me basically that in a couple of weeks I might not even need the vacuum system on it.
Wow.
And I got a picture of it. It doesn't look, it looks bad because it's all chopped up and put on there, like it is. But it doesn't look bad like swole. It doesn't have all that. It's 100% different. Let's put it that way.
Really instills confidence when they say fooling around with it.
Yeah. Well, they thought it was going to look a little bit worse and not be taken as fast. What's up, Jonathan? Jody? Ed? Oh, and not Ed. Jim? Dusty?
Lon Denard.
Lon's here too. Hey, Lon. Don Lenord.
Yep, done.
Don Lenord.
Done.
Yeah. So all in all, I feel a lot more comfortable with it. They took the bandage off where they took the graft and looked at it, and they said they could leave the Tegaderm on it because it's still weeping a little.
Yeah.
And she says if I take that off, that's what's going to hurt because the arrow hit it the first time. She said now in a couple of days it'll be better. So the doctor said don't even take it off, leave it. So they just rebandaged it on the outside, put a better bandage on it. But the bandage they brought is the stuff they don't even have. It's a vac seal from 3M, and it's a new vac seal. They're getting them from the reps, all this brand new stuff, and the hospitals don't even have them yet.
Thank you.
So that's a good thing. So I'm feeling 100% better now looking at it and seeing what it looked like.
I've heard that they've used pigskin, Dusty.
What do you say?
Grafts. That they've used pigskin for grafts, but that pigs have the closest skin to humans.
Yeah, I told him, I said, now I was kind of hoping that, I'm glad you did it from the side because it's probably the best place. But I said, if you'd have took it off my ass, I said, I would have definitely had a tattoo around it and said, kiss my ass.
What's up, David?
Hey, Z, what's up?
Hey, David.
No speed limit during the day in, where you said that? Montana? Oh, you sure, Lon? Or it's just because you have one of them challenges?
David, Lon,
Dusty.
The only country in Europe, I think, that has roads with no speed limit is Germany.
yep, Autobahns.
Yeah, but
Bans.
don't they have a suggested speed limit?
Friend,
It's not like mandatory, but it's like a suggested one.
No,
Well-
not really. It's basically as fast as the car can go. That's your speed limit.
Most cars in Europe are limited to 155.
Whatever. What's that in kilometers?
Uh,
Probably 280, 290.
it would be 160 plus 80, so 240.
Okay.
Is there a lot of accidents on that
Maybe.
Autobahn now? Is it
Um,
worse than any other highway?
no, not really.
Oh, you know, it probably switched my audio again. Hold on, Dusty. Yeah,
Hmm.
it did.
Yeah, you sound a little light there, buddy.
oh,
Yeah, I
he's
gotta-
not light. He's been in the
There we
hospital.
go.
Eating all that hospital food.
I gotta go in and change my NVIDIA broadcaster. It's changed my HyperX. I forgot to change that earlier.
Timu computer, I tell you.
Dude, I took this thing apart today, stripped all the panels off it. God, dude, so much dust came out of it because I hadn't really gave it a deep clean in like 6 months. It was running a little warm, so I blew the water cooler out, the radiator for it, and got it all cleaned up.
Oh, you did an overhaul.
Yeah, I took all the panels off, all the side panels, the front panel.
Hello, AZ.
I couldn't believe how much shit was down in the bottom.
You take the motherboard out and clean under that as well.
Oh no. There's a gap between that and the
Ain't better.
case anyway.
Hey, Justin, I sent you a picture of the graft with all the staples in it and everything. I sent it to Dominic too.
There's
Yeah.
little
Tell
spacers.
me
Some
how
of it
different
looks
it
like
looks.
it's improved.
I can
There's
tell
Look
it's
at
little-
the
improved.
other ones.
There's little spacer screws that space it out so it doesn't short out or hit any kind of metal.
Yeah, doctor told me, she goes, yeah, you made a fine choice about staying here like that and keeping off your feet. I said, well, I tell you, if I go home, first thing I'm gonna do is have to move the stuff around from the dogs. I know they messed up a piece of the carpet, so I'm gonna wanna shampoo it. And they started laughing, right? I said, once I get through that, cause I could probably use the machine, not put weight on it, cause it's a easy shampoo. I said, then I'd come back and I'd have to open that 46-pound, that printer thing, you know?
That still looks
Oh
terrible.
yeah, you got that weight for you too.
Yeah.
It was just dust. I didn't get it in there. I took it out in the back porch and blew it out with the air compressor. And David, sorry, I didn't mean to call you a minute ago. Joe had tried to call me and then my phone like fucking wigged out for some reason and started calling David. Oh, he called me this morning? Oh, he did. Shit. I missed
I
your
tried to
call.
call you
Sorry,
this morning
David.
too.
You both tried to call me.
Yeah, I understand.
Hold on, let me turn my volume back up on you.
I got really pissed off this afternoon. Started watching Red One, got about 20, 25 minutes into it, and the bloody internet went out again.
Oh,
I couldn't hear my phone anyway. I had my big headphones on from my computer. I was in the kitchen cleaning. I
that's
was
always the
listening to
way it
music,
is, Mark. Nothing ever goes good, you know.
Yeah.
so I wouldn't
Oh,
have heard my
speak for
phone anyway.
yourself. Things do go good.
Yeah,
Well, you're going good.
I'm going good. I'm doing beautiful.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I've got one foot in the grave already. So
There you
I'll
go.
I'll
Using
call
that
you later
Aren't
this
we
evening,
all?
David.
Oh man, I'm
Aren't
dying.
we all?
I'll call you later this evening after I get off here, David. I'll give you a call back.
AZ just want to know when you're going to be released, Joe.
I'm not watching the chat Monday. Everything's Monday right now.
Brenda says, Joe, don't overdo it.
I'm not overdoing nothing. Only thing I'm
He ain't
overdoing is
doing
eating that
shit.
jambalaya a little bit.
You're Johnny S-Ray's been sitting on his ass for a week and a half.
Hmm.
He ain't doing nothing.
Since the 21st.
Is that when you
I
went
mean,
in? 21st?
21st, I went in at 8 at night.
Damn, you've been in there that fucking long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
12 days.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. About right, yeah. I was thinking a week and a half, a little over.
It's gonna be about 15, 16 days by the time it's all over with.
Mm.
By the time I get home. You know what that tells me, right? I go to
What?
South Florida. I can go to South Florida because my dogs are good after a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely stripped the fridge today and wiped it all out and cleaned it. Something spilt in there. Fucking went all the way down the. I hit every fucking tray in the fridge.
Yeah,
Some,
Kate did that with my fridge the other day.
it was some kind of fucking like sour Chinese sauce or some shit. It fucking was sticky as hell, and it went down and dripped on every fucking tray in the
What are you
fridge.
doing now, Paul? I thought you were editing. You finished?
What's that?
You finished editing?
No, I just turned over my cell phone so I can see the cameras outside.
Okay.
So I just went into the fridge and took everything out and just pulled all the shelves and everything out and just washed everything down. Put it all back in.
Uh-huh.
So
Somebody
what's
knocked
happening
it.
with that kid that came over? Is he still bothering you?
Yeah,
Still
How's he bothering you?
just wants a little help with this, a little help with that, a little help here, a little help there, maybe a ride here, a ride there.
I gotta
What's up,
cut
Jonathan?
those strings quick.
I still can't for some fucking reason see you in Paul's chat. Makes no sense. I can see
You
him in
can't
my
see
chat.
Jonathan in my chat?
No, but I can see him in my chat when I'm live. But I can't see him in your chat.
Oh, I see him.
Well, I
Yeah,
know
I-
you guys can. I just can't for some reason.
I can.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about, AZ?
No, Jonathan.
Jonathan Jackson.
When he's over on my channel, I can see him just fine.
Yeah.
Now, one thing is, if Jonathan's listening, I wish you'd do one freaking thing. Switch his freaking letters. So that if you do it at Jonathan, you don't have to copy and paste a bitch.
Yeah.
The little pet peeves there, Jonathan.
Go back to regular letters, not the special.
Just put JJ.
I don't even
everybody
do
else
that
does.
anymore. I copy and paste it. The hell with it.
That's what everybody else writes in the chat. They just put JJ.
So he brought me one of these today. It's one of these things that you breathe into.
I had to do that when I had pneumonia like 10 years ago.
It's just since I've been here a while, start doing this about 5 to 6 times an hour, just to keep my lungs working.
I can't see myself in the mirror. Is that a problem? You better call a fucking priest or something. I ain't got the answers for you. Or call scientists. Get a scientist on the phone, Dusty.
Oh, this morning they missed that stuff again for me, right? That Javon,
Mhm.
and then at lunchtime they missed the milk. So I mentioned it. I said somebody need to get somebody up here. I need to talk to them. So the woman that came up, that does the orders came up, and the dietitian came up, and she sat here and we went over. And I showed her all the things. I circled all these things missing, and I said I'm not trying to complain. I said, but some people might need the stuff more than I need it. And I need it for my wound. I said, and y'all just completely skipping it. And she went through the list and she goes, no, I'm glad for the feedback and all of this. She said, we're gonna have to have people double check the trays because you're getting complaints on everybody. You know, they don't know if it's the people pulling it and not paying attention at the end. I said, I said, you're missing like, I said, if I get cereal, I get a milk, definitely. But if it says milk and there's no cereal on the thing, I guess they figure there's no cereal, don't grab a milk. But they're not reading it, you know? I said, I was a GM. I said, I know that's the problem. They're assuming, you know? I said, and then I said, the insurers, y'all was skipping. It was all in the thing, said to give it to me, it was skipping. I said, in the bottom, I showed her where it said permanently on it. And I said, then the Juvan's the one, it said, and it was handwritten this morning on there, but it wasn't on the tray. Now, the good news is they brought me a couple extra ones, and I had enough to keep me in the same sequence, you know?
That might
So
even
then
be
she-
worse, Brenda. Be
Yeah,
honest.
she came up later with one, apologized again for me.
Paul don't need to have some unlicensed worker running around on his roof and falling off and suing his ass.
Yeah,
Well, you
Yeah.
know, the Council on Aging called me, and they're coming out to clean my gutters Monday. No
good,
charge.
That's good.
good. But I'd watch this. That's just something about, I got this
Oh,
bad
fuck's
feeling
sake,
about this
Dusty.
kid, there, Paul.
About what?
Got this bad feeling about this kid. I'd hate for him to be some kind of guy that's just stalking you and waiting to do something stupid, you know?
No, he's not. He's not.
Don't believe that, Paul. The
His
people
name,
are
his
like
name,
that.
his name is Angelo.
That's not the point. The point is, what'll happen is he'll come and make a friend and all of this, and then he'll rob you blind some kind of way.
I don't think
That's
so.
how they do it. They say, well, this is an easy target. Let's become friends with the guy. Then all of a sudden, we say we're setting them up, and we'll get them. This is when we're gonna do it. What we're gonna do, and you never know.
Fucking
Get
idiot, Dusty.
a freaking home
Right.
invasion one night, and then they're gonna want to rob you or something. You never know.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Don't assume that, Paul. I'm telling you.
College have the tools.
Start being on guard about this. Because it's just, I'm telling you, something just ain't right.
And for God's sake, don't lend him any money.
Yeah, please don't lend him any money
Jim
or give
said,
him any money to help him out. Don't do that.
You've already given him way more than the work that he did for you is worth.
well, I need his name to do that, Dusty.
I feel good. No, not really. I'm feeling good.
Jim said if I would have known he
I'm
didn't
good
have the
because I
tools,
never
I
had
would have
any
brought my
issue
own.
with
But he said he had
the
to.
leg. Yeah, actually, when they took it off, let me done.
Yeah, Jim said that, but he still fixed me up. So
Tell him don't forget the mole on your ass. Uh,
Yep.
so Dominic, what'd you do today? Anything?
Not much. It's thick
It's-
fog
it-
outside, so I can't do anything.
It's nighttime now, right?
No, it's 7:30 in the morning.
Oh,
7:38.
so the weather's not been good?
Yesterday it was nice and sunny for once, which was unusual. But we're coming into the good part of the year now, so we've gotten over that hump, and we're cooking with gas now. I tell you.
Hey, Justin, not cool.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Been trying that for the last week.
You know the worst part about it? She was right here,
Hey, JD.
leaning over me, and she smells so good. And you say, "Don't forget to look at the mole on his ass." It, I, I had a chance. It ruined the moment.
Oh no, I bet she laughed and giggled.
Yeah, she did. She said, "Oh, they can see us." I said, "Yes." I said, "Yeah, I forgot. I
Yeah,
didn't do the video."
make a woman laugh. That's a good way to start.
Yep.
No, she's
That's the
good.
good icebreaker.
Could y'all really see her? Could y'all see her?
We could see her for a second, but you had
She,
that background blur on, so
well, she is the best looking nurse I've seen in this hospital.
she must still be in the room.
No, she's outside.
It's trying to riz
Yeah, I'd
her
agree
up.
with that, Dusty.
But she good. She came in and she said, "How's the pain?" I said, "I'm doing good." She goes, "I'll give you another pain pill if you want it."
You
I
trying to
said,
riz her up?
I'll get it before you leave." But she's been a nurse for a while. We were talking, and she really knows what she was doing. She's cool.
Why are my lights not on?
I even had a student nurse come in here today.
Oh,
This girl must have been looked like she might have been 18 years old.
no.
I said she wasn't more than 19 at least, you know. And she was working with one of the male nurses. The male nurse is just letting her do everything. She's doing everything, and I'm watching her do everything, and everything was all said and done. I said, "You want me to tell you how you did?" And she looks over at me. She goes, "Excuse me?" I said, "You want me to tell you how you did?" I said, "You did very well. You were very by the book. Books change when you get the field, because then it's a whole
Yeah.
different way to do things." I said, "But the one thing you didn't do, you didn't have any contact with the patient. You just did your job. You got to have contact with your patient while you're doing your job." And the guy looked over at me and said, "I know you work DMS. Did you teach it to us?" I said, "Kind of," because I was one of the supervisors like that. So she goes, "I'll have to remember that." She goes, "I just got to get out there and I'm doing it. I'm focused and I'm getting nervous." So don't get nervous. You know what you're doing.
Oh, this computer looks so
And
much
that's how
better.
easy it is for me to teach somebody. I don't criticize. I just talk to them, you know.
There we go. Now my lights are back on.
I had a girl work for me at Pizza Hut, right? She was real shy, but she can get in front of an audience. She's real shy, but she could do customer service. She could answer the phone, wait on customers, but she was still kind of timid and shy. But she get in front of an audience, and she's one of the best singers I've ever heard at high school level. Okay, very good voice. So I made her a shift lead, and so I can give her a little bit more money because she was just that good. But I told her, I said, "I might need you to train a couple of guys, just little things. Like I might need you to teach them how to do Wing Street or something like that." So the first night we had a guy that was doing, I had to teach how to do Wing Street. I said, the guy's name was Mark. I said, "Mark, show Mark how to do the wings. Go over there and just run him through a couple of cycles so he'll learn it and then double check him." So she walks over and she says, "Mark, come on, come with me. I got to show you how to do this. We're going to drop 8 pieces of wings." She goes, and she's real quiet, right? And she goes, "Yeah, go down in the freezer and you want the wings to say bone in wings." And he says, in the freezer, she says, "Yeah, do it." Like that. So she reaches down and get it. And he says, "The bone in?" "Yeah, do it." It says, "Bone in right there, do it." Like, she changed so much on that little incident that I said, "Damn, she's a dietitian. She took charge in that one little incident of that kid." I said, that was cool. She just went from, "Hey, you pick it up." He said, "Oh, do it. Just do it. That right there, do it." You know?
Looks good.
Paul must be buying something now.
No, I'm editing.
I got a question. When you're editing, you running a straight video from when you start, right?
Yep.
So what are you doing? You cutting
Well,
pieces
I
off of it?
chop it off, speed it up, slow it down different places, and then print it.
And it's only like 3 minutes long, right?
Yeah, this one's going to be about 3 minutes long. Yep.
You know, when I do a one shot that's about 3 minutes long, it takes me to edit the whole thing about 15 minutes. I'm done. I was just thinking, you got to be doing some other stuff to it. Because you got a lot more edits like that than me.
Well,
Oh.
it mustn't take very long to add the music because I think you only use about 5 or 6 pieces of music for all of the videos.
Yeah, he's got all of that about the same.
Well, I know JD sent him a shit ton of music. He never used it. He sent him like a whole playlist of music. It was all copyright free stuff, I think. He never used any of it. Yeah, Dusty used to work at Pizza Hut too. He said Wing Street was easy station, but even an idiot would screw it up.
What, Wing Street?
Yeah.
The biggest thing about Wing Street, it was all timed out. You know, it was all set up in time and all of this. The only way you're gonna really screw it up is if you, when it's going off, you don't go turn it off and get it and let it burn. Or if you're using bad grease, it come out bad every time. Or if you got your like the bone-in wings that didn't have, that had just the skin on it, no batter. If you had the boneless wings or the nuggets, that would have that would be something like if you didn't shake it first and you started putting it in, putting all that excess batter in there, it'd fry up and wind up in there, and you have to sift it out every night. That was where you screwed it up at.
To be honest, I'm kind of regretting getting an all black desk because everything fucking shows up on every little piece of dust and annoys the shit out of me. Constantly wiping this damn thing down.
And you get a gazillion pieces, a little bitty pieces of burnt batter in there, and then it messes up your oil, you know.
Mhm.
Boy, I tell you what, though, my favorite day, it was actually the hardest day, is when I used to have to get there in the morning and drain that oil. And when I had to change the oil out, that stuff's so expensive. You got to clean it as much as you can because you got to try to save it. You got to make it last. You got to actually make it last like 3 weeks, and then you stay in budget after that because it's so much money. Just the oil to put in for the fryer back then was like $100, $140. You know, and you
Back
could do that every 2 weeks. That's just eat into your.
back when I worked for McDonald's, it used to drain into a filter. You would push a button and it would drain the whole thing out, and
Yeah,
then you would clean it out, and then it would refill. It would filter the oil and then fill it back up.
yeah, that's what we had. We had the same thing. You put a powder in there. You used to have to put a powder in there and mix it for so long, and it would make when it came back out, it looked clear again. It filtered it right. But it would only last so long if you screwed up with it and had all the little burnt pieces in there. But like I said, my hardest day was the day I knew I had to change the oil because it was getting to the point where I could tell when I was taking stuff out what it looked like. And then I put all that fresh oil in there where you can see clearly all the way to the bottom, and it's just beautiful and light amber, you know, and all of this. And I tell you what, every day I did that in that morning, 8 wings went in that thing, those bone-in wings, because you got to test them. So I used to throw 8 wings in there first thing in the morning. So you got none of the bad taste on it, just fresh grease, everything else, and that was my meal for that day. I'd have 8 bone-in wings.
I remember making all the pan dough and thin out of nothing before they switched to frozen dough. But I started in 1996.
Whether it's Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I guess when they used to make dough fresh there.
Yeah, I did that in '73. 73 and 74 is when I worked for him originally. Then I went back to work for him. I'd have to look. I actually got to figure the date. I think it's 2012. I went back to work for him until 16 when I hurt myself. But I was just making pizzas back then. I was GM when I came back. It's a good feeling when they hand you the keys to the restaurant and it's your restaurant, you know? And they're paying you for it and they're paying you good for it.
Right here.
You know, it was really nice.
How are you feeling?
It took me about 2 months to get a workflow down to make sure I had a workflow that wouldn't change. It would be easy. And a schedule right to where the schedule overlapped just right. Because I had going from not knowing it to going to that. You got to learn. You got to learn your labor costs. You got to learn the hourly
TJ?
costs. When the thing starts changing, everything else, you know. When it starts slowing down, when you got to get people off the clock because your labor cost starts going too high, you know.
TJ said, so Paul, I was told you didn't have any tools that Jim needed. Got to your house today.
Following here.
I thought I had the tools, but I didn't need exactly what he needed. And since he's a mechanic, he knew exactly what he needed. And I was just, my toolbox is a mess. It's just all disorganized. And I used to always have it organized.
I didn't get unorganized. You never used it.
Well, you know my tenant that lived upstairs?
Yeah, the one that died.
Yeah, he used to use my tools all the time. And he
That's why,
was not very organized.
that's why mechanics never let people use a tool. Yeah, a mechanic will never let you. Like my cousin, like I told you, my cousin's a mechanic. I'll go to borrow something. He said, "What you need it for? How long you gonna have it? What day you gonna bring it back? What time?" You know, it keep going like that till I finally got it out of him. It might take an hour to borrow a freaking wrench.
I don't know. Somebody uses my shit, it goes right back in the toolbox. No,
And I bet you clean it first, don't you?
yep.
Damn, I'm mad at you, Justin.
Why?
Because she was leaning real close and she smelled real good. Then you said that and she backed off a little. And after 2 weeks in the hospital, that was nice. You know,
Bro, if she ain't grossed out about your legs, she ain't gonna worry about no mole in your ass.
I even had, she leaned over and even had the hair hit me on the shoulder, you know? Darn it.
Drone show tonight.
She'll
What
be back.
drone show? Somebody,
She could come back in and say, turn out the lights, baby. And then I'm going to be kicked out the hospital. I'll be going home tonight.
why, what's on the drone show tonight?
No, I said I'd be kicked out the hospital.
No, I was asking Jody.
Oh,
What drone show? It's only Captain.
Don't
Right.
know
Captain
what.
Ray. Captain Ray and Art with his three
I
conservative.
think he probably is referring to a light show
Well,
at the air show they're having.
Like
Uh,
a drone, what's it? Firework display.
Yeah. There should be more of that. I enjoyed the two that I've been to.
I've only seen it on YouTube and on telly at the moment.
if you ever get the chance to see them in person or in in the flesh, go. It is very entertaining. It doesn't you don't get the atmosphere when you see it on YouTube.
Yeah, I've never seen a drone show in person.
I don't really know if I ever want to see
Yes.
one.
Hello,
in
John.
person. You know, I really don't know if I ever
Okay.
want to see one in person since I had that one drone of mine attack me.
I'm JDS. Oh, you remember that big drone show in China? What was it about? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when
Yeah.
all them drones fell out of the sky?
Yeah. Well, we had, as I said, we had
You
one
guys
here.
had one, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all fell into the water though. Luckily yours was over the water.
Yeah. And what I thought was funny is that's the spot that I fly in regularly.
Uh,
Yeah. Because that's
One
where
is-
they have it. They have it on the other side of the bank from where I am, because it's a little harbor. And I sit on this corner because it's easy to get around. It's basically where I met up with Matt and the two other Bretts. And that's
Right.
where we met up. And we met up on the opposite side to where they usually have it, because there's less people there. And that's how they get around that's how they can comply with the regulations.
Well, the crazy thing is the one in China was over people, and then all of a sudden you just see all these phantom-sized drones fucking landing
Yeah,
all over
that's
the
why.
street.
And that's why they do it in that spot, because one, there's no people there, because
right.
they have carefully crowd controlled all the people out of it. And two, it's over water.
Hey, Justin, y'all got an Arby's by you?
What?
Arby's.
Yeah.
Okay, according to the app. Okay, come on, that's not what I'm trying to read it. Hold on.
What's up, JDS? No, I'm not in the hospital anymore, man. I got home yesterday.
Okay, on Arby's is sponsoring a NASCAR Chicago street race on 7/6. During the race, we're gonna drop a free cheesesteak with purchase offer for the first 100,000 rewards members. They're gonna probably just send out a hot thing, and if you accept it, you get a free Philly cheesesteak with any purchase.
Hmm.
And all I'm telling you, this thing looks damn good.
Remember what we were talking about this morning, though? Deception ads with food.
I don't know. I might have to get me a Philly cheesesteak, you know? Could always
Like
have my daughter bring and put it in my
How
freezer.
is it?
Cut it in half.
Does that include just going in and buying a cup of coffee?
I'm not gonna have a Philly cheesesteak with a cup of coffee. What? Where you from? UK?
Yeah.
Might have to have an iced tea.
I was just thinking of what would be the cheapest thing to buy to get a free cheesesteak.
It's
yeah, it
an
is with
Angus.
any purchase, yeah.
No, I didn't, Dusty.
It's an Angus
I'll go back and
cheesecake.
check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one Angus cheesecake, sub-roll Angus cheesecake, white American cheese, garlic spread, and peppers and onions.
The
I
cheesesteak,
get it.
$7.95.
that's
I-
different.
I didn't get any notification you were live earlier, Dusty.
I saw the notification, but it was just as I was checking for Paul. And
There
there
goes
goes
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, fucking with his phone trying to do them food apps. Look at him.
Yeah. I'll go and check, Dusty.
Yeah, from what I've seen up to now of that red one, Justin, it looks like a good film to watch.
Red One is the name of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sounds familiar. I'm wondering if I watched it already.
Somebody kidnaps Santa Claus.
Oh yeah. I watched that a couple months ago. I remember that movie. Yeah, it was actually pretty funny. A
Mm.
little cheesy, but it was funny. Yeah, 'cause that's been out for a while, like since I think before Christmas.
Mm.
Did you watch it, Mark? You said you watched it.
I watched 25 minutes of it, then the internet went off.
No.
No, your
So-
internet's still playing it.
Yeah. Yesterday they were saying there were no problems, no outages, nothing wrong. Today they're saying, oh, there's intermittent signal in your area. Mm. Intermittent. Oh,
Here you go.
I have no idea why this thing kicked me out.
it's been off since finished earlier.
Yeah, a lot of times they can ping your router and tell if there's an issue
Yeah.
while you're on the phone with them.
Oh no, I did it all on the app.
Come on, people, I'm hungry. Give me that Missouri jambalaya.
Just switched my phone over to mobile data and did it on that.
Oh, you heard the big beautiful bill passed today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The what pass?
Big
the
beautiful bill.
BBB.
Ooh, all right.
Sign tomorrow.
What's that for?
That's the largest tax cut in U.S. history. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
No
Whole bunch of
tax,
stuff.
no tax on retirement.
Yeah, there's still taxes on retirement.
No, it's Social
It's just-
Security that they
Social
want to tax.
Security, I mean.
No,
Yeah.
that's not in there. That's not in there. They just raised the limit. They took the no
Well,
tax on Social Security off. They just raised it higher.
well,
Yeah,
that's
they-
better then.
They tax us on that.
You know, you gotta, it's not, put it like this. It ain't gonna touch anybody. Last year, I was within $80 of getting hit. And it freaked me out, right? This year, I'd have been $8,000 under it, so if with the
Oh
new one.
yeah, like if for your standard household, it's gonna they're not even gonna notice it. So it's
Yeah, the
gonna be
standard, you're gonna like this,
Ooh.
Justin. The standard deduction is gonna stay in place until 2028. Not gonna change. And then the child deduction is gonna go up $200 each.
nice.
I'm gonna get taxed on the whole pension.
Be an extra $600 at the end of the year.
No, because my works pension takes me over the tax threshold anyway.
Oh no, I was talking about the tax credit for the
Yeah.
kids.
For him.
I ain't
I
got any.
get 200 more per kid.
So you'll get an extra $600 next year.
Yeah, I think it went up to what 4,000 or something. Wasn't it
No,
3,600 or something?
I thought that the tax credit for them is like that, but the individual money you get for certain kids, you had to give you the extra money back. Instead of 2,000, it's
Can't
2,200.
remember.
And
See,
when
they originally said they were gonna try to put a check in there for Social Security. That way everybody was gonna get a couple $1,000 check on Social Security. Just to offset inflation. But that never did get put in there. I was hoping that would happen.
Well, they had to make a few concessions, and as long as everybody agreed on it.
do they do the same thing as our lot do? The kid is only classed as a kid while they're in full-time education.
Yeah.
You're talking about once they're over 18?
They can stay in college up to 25.
Well,
Yeah.
over 16 here, you can leave school at 16.
No, you can still claim up to 18. They would have to be like emancipated in order for them to. Well, no, they could file their own taxes at 16 if they had a job.
Yeah, they can file their own taxes, but if they're not filing their own taxes, and then if they're not filing their taxes and you're still claiming them, you could technically push it to almost 25 here.
Yeah, but they have to be in full-time school, and they can't. I don't think they can
Yeah.
be working
And
either.
a lot of kids aren't doing full-time jobs that can do it all like that. The parents are collecting it because the parents are paying for everything.
Yeah, because I don't even think you can have a job. I think you have to just be a full-time student.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that.
Mm.
because they're looking at it as you're still covering their living expenses. Or there's probably a minimum they can't go over, kind of like Social Security. There might be a limit that they can't go over.
Mm.
Yeah, it's rough working a full-time job and going to school. I give it to people that do it because it's rough, especially depending on what kind of schooling you're going to. You know, when I see the couple
Yeah.
girls I knew that became nurses. Man, it was a lot of work going to nursing school full time and then working full time. They didn't get
Mm.
much time to do anything. And do that for about 2, 3 years straight, depending on the program.
All right.
Yeah, I just worked at Asda Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday when I was at uni.
But if they raise the limit that much, though, then that means it's pretty much like they might as well got rid of the taxes on it anyway. So the because if you were, I mean,
Hey,
as much
Jim.
as you made last year, if you were going to still be 8,000 under, your average person's not even going to get close to that.
I get taxed on everything over
What's up, Jim?
about 15,500 a year before I get taxed.
Here, you don't even have to file your taxes. I think if you make under 10 grand a year, but I don't know how anybody would survive off of that. That's like nothing. I mean, it's less than $1,000 a
Good
month.
one, hon.
Well, our taxes are out of our wages, so you don't
Don
really
Lenore, what's up? Dusty,
if
Yeah.
you're self-employed.
JDS, Father Jim.
Now, what they're trying to do is hit the richer people that are claiming Social Security still. What they're trying to do. Because they were complaining about that a couple of years ago about people who were millionaires who were claiming Social Security. There's a bunch of people that didn't think that they should be able to claim it because they're well off.
Well, you've paid into it all in life,
Yeah,
so
paid in it because you pay a percentage of what you make, and so they paid in a big percentage of their paychecks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying I agreed with it. I'm just saying that was the argument a few years ago.
Hey,
People
Paul.
were,
Yeah,
Hey, Paul. Jim said in the chat, if he'd have known you didn't have the right tools, he'd have brought the right tools, made it easier. So,
yeah, I know it.
okay, I'm gonna get back on my
I'm
leg.
doing good, Jim.
That was kind of amazing when I saw the leg. I can't remember when my foot's been that less swollen.
You know, your camera's not on, right, Joe?
Yeah, I know. I'm getting
Okay.
ready to get food and everything. But I'm still amazed, and when I saw my leg, how much difference it looked today than it looked before the surgery.
It's down to just normal size now.
Oh, it's down less than normal size. It's down to like 20 year ago size.
Oh wow.
Shoot, I may have good looking legs now. I got a little more added to all of this. I look good in the speedo.
Oh God. Ugh.
Too much information.
You see that mole on your ass in the Speedo.
Speaking of which, I do have a bandage on my ass. I told you that, right?
No.
I was the one of the wound care. She says, "What's this bandage for?" And she said, "Let me look at it." I said, "Yeah, don't pull it. Might pull the skin." She says, "Oh yeah, I see where the skin was taken. What happened?" So one of the nurses was trying to repad everything up, and she went underneath there a little bit too far. And then when they took it off, they ripped a piece of skin. like this. And I said, now that was the first thing. Second thing, I said, the red mark next to it. She said, yeah, there's two red marks. I said, that's the cap from the IV valve that they dropped on my bed that didn't tell me about and didn't pick up that I sat on for 24 hours. She says, oh Lord. So she put some stuff on it and covered it back up, you know?
Jim said, LOL, you could have waited till after dinner before you said that.
Mm,
What, the speedo?
Yeah.
yeah.
I might have to go. I tell you what, when I get home, I'm gonna find a picture of me and my girlfriend when I was 16, I think it was 17. And we were at my cousin's house and I'm in a speedo. I'll send it to you. I'll put it up.
There you go. Well, put it on here, buddy.
I don't have it.
That's what he puts on his dating profile.
At the house.
Oh,
I never realized I had a speedo on. And my kids saw the picture one day and they said, "You wore a speedo?" I said, "Oh shit, that's what it was." And I didn't realize it. Hey, that's when I was all that back then.
Yeah, I agree with that, Brenda. There
So
should be a
Joe, is
law.
there a lawsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, beating the hell out of him in the hospital.
Well, when she ripped,
Hi, Terry.
thank you. Yeah, when she pulled it, I felt that skin rip. Juven? Juven?
I don't know, Juven will bring some later.
Tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they said definitely, because their dietitian even came up and said they'd have it on the tray.
yeah, I don't know. We've been having a lot of issues down there today. We're so understaffed, so. but
Okay.
It'll be.
Thanks.
Today, shit.
No Dusion, no Dusion, no Juven. Ridiculous. Yeah,
Are you
with the,
just wanting to eat it because you like it?
no, this is a nasty ass
it's a
drinking.
drink, nasty drink.
It's a
to help
nasty
them
ass
heal.
warm Kool-Aid slimy drinking. Bitter drink that you drink that's supposed to be for the wound care.
Well, I know what it's for. I was just, I don't know if you were like
It's
one of those people
nasty.
like drinking Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, but it's bitter. It's bitter and it's not the best thing. You gotta keep stirring it and mixing it. What you get is it's like Alka-Seltzer, the bitterness of Alka-Seltzer on steroids. I mean, it leaves an aftertaste in your mouth and your tongue doesn't taste good after. It's like on your tongue for a while.
Oh, dude, they made me drink that shit to go do the CT scan the other day.
Yeah.
On what was it, Wednesday? Remember the last day I was there, yesterday. And the guy that took me down there, he goes, man, I bring people down here all the time. He goes, what did that shit taste like? I said, it tasted like dirty city water. Is exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like just chlorinated water. It wasn't like bad or anything. It didn't make me gag or nothing, but
It's kind of aggravating because I just want I don't care, I just want the right thing when I'm supposed to get the right thing.
Tristan, YouTube does weird shit all the time.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, it tastes like
Maybe.
Vegas water is what it tastes like. Vegas water, tap water.
Hey, Joe, they got some bureaucrat that is an undersecretary of defense has halted all munitions being sent to Ukraine.
Yeah, Trump did that today. Trump told him to don't do it. Don't stand
Tristan said, I'm invested now. Well, welcome in.
there.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah,
not
welcome.
cooperating.
Because he
That
wants
was-
he wants to send all that resources to Taiwan.
Tell us more about yourself.
Oh, I know why they're doing that. Yeah, it's just like how they're fortifying all the islands in Japan.
Yep.
If you look at the islands that extend from Japan all the way to the tip of Taiwan, Japan owns all those islands. and they've been putting missile systems and shit all on them.
Okay, you ready for this? Let me tell you the rest. This is even better. It says chicken and sausage jambalaya, honey kiss cornbread. Guess what I got? Hawaiian roll.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Hawaiian roll; those are good.
No, it ain't the right thing. Unflavored Juven
You heard
on
the
on the
guy.
thing. I don't have it.
You heard the guy. He said they're understaffed, and it was only today they fucked your order up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Come on, people. At least I got a spring mixed vegetables. I mean, salad, right? At least they got salad dressing. Got ranch dressing.
Why is that showing vegan?
To be honest with you, I probably like the roll better.
Oh, what?
Tomorrow in Port
That's
Clinton,
fucking new.
partly sunny weather,
What?
a high of 83 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 67 degrees. Also,
It allowed me to turn my phone on.
Saturday, July 5th,
Wow.
Yeah.
10 a.m.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can switch.
Yeah, virtual cam. I don't.
Does anybody know who this Tristan Taboo is?
Yeah,
No.
they said they came in the chat because YouTube recommended it.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know who it is. Don't give them a wrench yet.
Don't give them a wrench until they come back 3 or 4, 5, 6 times in a week.
But why? How is that connecting to my phone? It must be
is.
through desktop.
It's Zoom, yeah.
Oh, so it's connecting to the Zoom app on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Virtual cam.
That must have been something that they just added.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I
Okay.
told Johnny he was the hit of the morning show
Pretty
when
cool.
he came on doing that nasty stuff.
Okay.
He said, "I did what?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Somebody will let you in right when you're at work because you always go to work about that time." And before I said, "Don't let him in." Like this, I said, "Johnny's at work," and then all of a sudden he got brought in, and it was that guy again.
No, not again.
Tristan, we don't really let people come on the panel till you've been around a while. Sorry,
Yeah.
because we've had problems with people coming on.
3
Trolling.
subscribers, 1 video. On time
You're just gonna have
with
to wait. Patience.
Patience. Can't keep coming back.
Noswad. And
I haven't seen that one kid back, the one that was coming on.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. Cameron, I think his guy's name was.
I think Dre
Yeah,
put him in his
he
place.
should come back.
Yeah, the one that was telling Dre not to. He said, "Don't try to steamroll me" or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Dre-
the ship, that ship guy.
yeah.
Cameron was that young lad.
Yeah. And then there was the other guy. Remember that other guy, Jason? That real weirdo. Hang on.
Where's Jason from Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA? I hadn't seen him.
No, different Jason. There was another Jason.
I did turn the
I
Another
can't remember
Jason.
his channel. No.
bean.
The guy that came on and was smoking weed on the.
Smoking weed.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Cameron.
Tristan says that.
No, not Cameron. He was the
all-
nice kid.
Did you read what Tristan said? All good. I'm just a fellow Canadian in an igloo.
Okay, we'll
Oh,
wait.
so he's one of JDS's mates.
Yeah. He can wait a few. He's like I said, it's just
Yeah.
gotta have
Come back
patience.
for a couple of days, Tristan, and we need to get to know you first.
Well, I think he can join the panel up at the top, can he?
Yeah, we're
But
not
we
sure.
said not to let him on because we don't
Not
know
yet,
him yet,
not
Paul.
yet, not yet.
Well, he hasn't tried to come on.
Okay.
But
Right,
that-
Not
but we're
yet.
not-
that
Just
was a
keep
moot
coming back
point,
for a
Paul.
couple of days. You got to go
Yeah.
through the induction period.
Well, I've got Justin. He's a quick finger here, you know.
Well, we don't need a quick
No.
finger. We just need you not to let him in.
Not with the issues you've been having lately with the trolls.
God darn it, Paul. How hard headed are you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you're an old man, Paul. Okay.
Yep, that's it. Exactly.
God darn it.
No, you're fine, Tristan. It ain't you, bro.
Yeah, it's not you.
No, it's not you, it's us.
It's Paul.
We had some confrontational shit going
Oh,
on.
there's only two more left.
Yeah.
I'll take some.
Not to mention pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
not you.
so
It's
you've got
Paul.
to
Trust
you've got to do your induction.
I'll have a baby.
me. After you come in 2 or 3 times, you may not want to come back.
Yeah, yeah. If you keep coming back, then you know you're a weird. We know you're a weirdo.
All right, let me see what my temperatures are.
Yeah,
running
you got to
at
be
now.
weird to be on this panel.
Well, just pitiful and sad little people.
Yeah.
All right, running at 45 Celsius. Not bad. Got my temps down on my computer. Dude, the amount of shit came out of that radiator though.
Yeah, Jim's another Canadian, so no, East Coast Canada. Okay.
In JDS in Canada.
Yeah, JDS
Yeah.
and Jim.
And
And
Ed
no
you
other
got-
buddy Ed.
And then you got Ed, Corey,
Ed,
man.
Ed's out in the
Rory.
West End, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then you have Rigor
Tristan.
Mortis.
Tristan,
Oh, that
Comes
was
in
his
every
name.
once in a while.
I
East
couldn't for the life of me think of his channel name. Yeah.
Oh, Mark. Is he Canadian as well?
yes.
Mark, yeah, as in
and
rigor
Fran-
mortis,
and
yeah.
Francois.
Mark.
Yeah, and then you got
Yeah, you got Frank.
Frank.
Lobster boat. That sounds great.
And you got
Mark,
Hodges.
Yeah, Hodges when he's
Mark.
around.
In a lobster boat most days.
Oh, that'd be great. Free lobster for everybody then.
Oh, so you work out on the high seas?
That's probably why he came to this channel, because we're all about boats.
Oh, he's in Nova Scotia.
Now, if he
Oh,
sends
nice.
lots to everybody today, we'll let him on now.
Especially
Take the chance.
shrimping with it.
Oh, dude, I haven't had lobster in a minute.
It's probably
It's
gonna-
been probably
Um,
been about a year since I had lobster.
I don't think I've ever had lobster.
Lord,
get yourself some. If you love
Oh,
love seafood, get yourself one.
you've never had lobster?
Do yourself
Oh,
a favor.
Flaming expensive.
they don't make lobster curry.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, because they ain't fucking curry.
Lobster curry,
Oh, yeah, but I could do that.
boat. Jonathan, the word boat.
Lobster is flaming expensive in the UK.
Oh, dude, lobster's expensive everywhere, dude.
Yeah,
It ain't any cheaper here. I guarantee that.
yeah. Boats is probably the reason why this came up on your feed there, Tristan.
Like, let's see what the average cost per pound is.
Tristan, do you fly drones?
Oh, you know what you could have bring to
Yeah.
us?
If you don't get one, they're good. Buy yourself a drone and fly around the lobster pots.
Take this one with me.
Tony says lobster thermidor.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like a full lobster would be, but our average cost would be $35 to $50 per pound, and then just for a tail, why that's more expensive? $55 to $75.
Yeah,
per
the
pound.
tails. The tails are where all the meat is.
The meat is, yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna get a lobster, I might as well buy the whole damn thing if it's cheaper.
The majority of the weight is in the claws and that.
Yeah, and that's what the front claws are, but you can actually use the body for stock.
We ended
boil
the
it up.
season at $8 a pound at the wharf.
Better if you live in New England, you go.
Yeah, but that's the wholesale price, right, Tristan? That'd be what you guys are selling wholesale to a supplier.
Mud
'Cause they're
ball
turning-
gone.
They're turning around and flipping that shit for 3
Hey,
times as
Donald.
much.
This is not ramen. You could have ramen with it.
Yeah, those are called crawdads.
Oh, Lord help me.
Dusty.
Hurts my ears.
We call those yabbies over here. Crawdads are yabbies.
Kristen says that the shells of the lobster are good fertilizer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start calling them yabby crawdads just to annoy Joe.
It's good to make
Yeah.
a
Call them yabbies.
seafood stock too.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what he's getting wholesale is $8 to $9 a pound.
Joe will be making lobster bisque with it.
Yeah, biscuit making a seafood stock out of it too. See, Donald, I know how to cook.
Yeah, seafood stock out of a fucking can.
It's a lobster shells.
Tell him, Donald. You get some lobster tails in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a buffet not too long ago. It was what, about a month or two ago, Dusty, and they had him there. Yeah, my youngest daughter, she will tear the fuck out of them things. She would love to go down where Joe, or go up there where Joe and Johnny live. She would have a ball up there eating.
Lobster poutine. Yep. I'll give you that one. And then the lobster rolls.
I've always wanted to
with that
try the.
seafood sauce in it.
Isn't poutine the French fries and the gravy and all that, or whatever
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to try that yet. I got to find somewhere around here that has it. There's a lot of Canadians that live in Florida, so I'm sure there's somewhere around here that sells it. Oh yeah, Jim, that's what I was saying. When he said $8, $9 a pound, I was like, that's definitely wholesale prices.
Mm.
Unless that was what he was getting like on a employee discount. Oh, it's cream instead of gravy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it and it looks good. I just have never had it. Oh, lobster mac and cheese. Oh yeah, Jim.
Mm.
That's good.
Now you're talking.
My grandparents have a timeshare house in Florida. Yeah, we get a lot of Canadians and a lot of people from England down here in Florida that are snowbirds. And a lot, of course, we get a lot of New Yorkers, people from Pennsylvania up that way. But our two main, I would say, foreigners we get is Canadians, people from England. Yeah, Jody, just fucking crawdads take a lot of work to get a decent amount of meat.
Crawdads hurting my ears. Like no.
Okay,
New Orleans.
what do you call them?
Crawfish.
Craw
But
what?
they're not,
Crawfish.
but they're not fish though.
Nope.
That's the proper name. Crawfish.
They're a
Yeah.
crustacean.
As I said, we call them yabbies down here.
Yabbies?
Yabbies. Yeah.
Freshwater lobsters.
Yeah.
Crawfish is equivalent to cheese made out of a kettle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can send me some pictures when you do it, Dusty. They're doing a seafood boil at his house. They're doing it tomorrow.
You live.
Dusty's like what? He's about 2 hours, 3 hours from us.
I'll be there.
Sarah
Yep.
said
I've
send her
tried
the
cod.
Dusty. Sarah said send her your
Cod
address.
is-
She's showing up.
Cod is very tasty.
Cod.
Yep.
I'd rather have haddock.
Yeah, haddock, cod, gummy
Haddock's
shark. What else? What else do we do down here?
pollock.
Orange roughy, snapper. Because we've got some really good fishing in the bay here, and that's the sort of fish we get.
Only Paul can do that, Jim. It wasn't nobody
I
else.
already did.
What?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, we'll give him.
let's
Yeah, I think.
let
I
him
think we've-
let him marinate on the wrench for a few days.
Yeah,
we'll go from there.
Let you
Because
know,
he's been really
you've,
cool.
you've
So
got the wrench now. With great responsibility comes great power. So
Opposite way.
yeah, that way you can monitor the millions of people coming through the chat, Tristan.
yeah,
Millions. But he's live every day, Tristan.
yeah,
Usually at 9
9
a.m.
a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern time.
yep.
And most of us are on here every day. So
Crawfish are mud bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got some really interesting crustaceans down
you
our way
guys
here.
got some big ones over there where Dominic's at.
Yeah,
Tim has showed me pictures of them, man. Those things are like little mini lobsters, literally.
yeah.
They're like they're almost 3 or 4 times
Well,
the
hold
size
on
of
a
the
minute.
ones.
Hold on a minute. Consider the source. How small is Dennis?
Dennis is pretty small.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that crawfish could be 1.5 inches long and it looks big in his hand.
No, I said Tim.
Oh, I thought you said Dennis.
No, not Dennis. Tim showed me some pictures of the
Oh.
ones that he made one night. And they were
Mm.
big, dude. They're literally mini lobsters.
Yeah,
That's more like a langoustine then.
yeah, yeah.
Where Joe, you could go through, say,
You
just
got
for example,
yeah,
40 of
langoustines, yabbies, Moreton Bay bugs. There was another one in there too. Can't think of the other one they call it.
you would only need like 2 or 3 of the ones where Dominic lives to make a full size lobster tail.
Yeah, probably 3 or 4. Yeah, depending. It just depends on which ones you get. If you get the standard yabbies, probably about 4. But if you get the langoustine style yabbies, you probably need about 2. It just depends where you get them. Some of them are big, some of them are smaller. Just basically depends on where you fish for them.
I quite
And
like
no, he didn't, JD. He did not.
octopus as well.
Octopus?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got octopus, squid, and calamari, which are all
What
pretty much
about
fine.
anybody?
Ooh.
Does anybody eat jellyfish?
Yeah,
I think that's quite
Oh, that's a big ass lobster, Tristan. 12.7
Jesus.
pounds.
wow.
That's
What's
a
that?
monster right
Let
there.
me. It's what, 5 or something?
I
5
think
something
your
kilo?
average lobster tail is only like what, a pound, maybe 2.
Yeah, yeah. We better go
That's
to
fucking huge,
the
man.
tape on that one.
Jim's drone said, "My God, that's a monster." Yeah, it is.
That's 6 kilos. Yeah,
Jim,
just shy of 6 kilos. Shit.
Jim's in Canada as well, isn't he?
Jim, yeah.
Mm.
Jim, as in Jim's droning, yeah.
Droning, yeah.
20-inch long.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, there was a guy I worked with
Delicious.
at Walmart who used to go up to Alaska.
Andrew?
Uh,
You sure that's Andrew?
yeah.
It's
Yes.
Yeah, that's Andrew.
Zoom turned off the camera for some reason.
Now there was a guy that
There's a reason for it.
I used to work with at Walmart, and he would go for a season of the Alaskan crabbing up in Alaska, and he'd be gone for a few months, and then he'd come back. And man, the pictures he had, them fucking things were huge. Some of them Alaska crabs he would catch.
Oh, some of them are the size of your face.
Yeah, he would go up there for like, I want to say 2 or 3 months, and then he would come back and he would work at Walmart for the rest of the year.
Some
But
of
he'd
the
make a big chunk of money.
some crabs are like yay by yay. They're big.
Jonathan.
Hardly fit in the pot, and I ate 2 other lobsters in the pot. Oh, now he makes me want to have some
Andrew,
lobster.
what's going on with you? Anything?
Not much. It's rather warm, usual.
Now, where is it you are?
South Carolina, the north end of South Carolina.
Okay.
About I'd say
North
about
South Carolina.
about 45 minutes west of here is the Georgia border.
Okay. Now, the other question I have is somebody said that you've been getting a lot of rain there on the East Coast.
Up here, some, but not a ton.
Okay.
No, Florida's getting a lot of rain right now.
Florida always gets rain.
Yeah, but we're getting a little bit more than usual right now because they put some of the counties under flood advisory during 4th of July weekend.
Justin, what's new with that new system that could form this coming week between Florida and say Georgia coast?
That's probably what they were talking about. Because they said that we were going to have heavy rains the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, they got some kind of thing going across yours, but I didn't look at it.
Yeah, that's what they were putting flood advisories out for some of the counties.
Because somebody suggested it could be named.
If it
I
was,
haven't heard that.
and if it was, it'd only be a tropical storm, which ain't shit for Florida.
Because they said 60% over the next 7 days.
It rains here every day, just about during the summer, Tristan.
Yeah.
It's like clockwork, and it usually rolls in around 12, 1 o'clock, and it'll stay till about 4 or 5.
About Sunday onwards, there's about a 30% chance of a pop-up shower every day.
But a tropical storm in Florida, that's nothing, bro. People don't even freak out about that. They still go to work and shit.
East Coast Canada, Tristan says the last 7 weekends it's rained.
No.
A lot of people will go to work even in a Category 1 hurricane. Some people won't even stay home. They'll still go to work.
It's a bad hurricane if Waffle House closes.
Shit.
Isn't that right, Justin?
I mean, yeah, because they're never closed. So.
They only close if it's really, really bad.
It's the same with the gas stations. Like the big, like 7-Eleven and
Yeah, if 7-Eleven closes, it must be bad then.
7-Eleven and Circle K, they were open the last 2 or 3 hurricanes we had. There was people working in there through the whole damn hurricane. And people were still driving to the fucking gas station. People were making the truck down there.
Well, during the last hurricane, I heard down near Tampa, you guys ran out of gas.
Actually, in our area, we didn't. Surprisingly, people didn't make a huge flood at the gas stations. They kind of did the first day, but there was gas after it was gone. You could still go to the gas station.
They all fill the generators up.
People don't really start freaking out till it's like a 3 or bigger. A 1 or 2, people don't really freak out that much because most houses can easily stand 2 Category 1 or 2.
Are your meteorologists going nuts over the cuts to NOAA?
I don't fucking know.
What you mean? Won't finish building the ark?
Yeah.
Oceanic Atlantic Association Weather Center, I guess.
Yeah, NOAA. Yeah, NOAA.
Yes.
Yeah.
National.
And we were just being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. We're just being smart asses as usual.
Yeah, our legislators have it going nuts, arguing over cuts to NOAA.
Sometimes you have to make cuts to certain things.
There's plenty of private industries that study weather, though. It's not like NOAA's really necessity. I mean, a lot of news stations and stuff have their own radars. They can see what's going on.
Justin, which group does the Hurricane Hunter? They send the plane to the hurricane?
Hold on a second. Reading something. Give me a minute.
I hear it's kind of toasty there, Mark.
No, it's about 13 degrees centigrade at the moment.
I heard at Wimbledon it's been 95, almost 95 Fahrenheit.
It got hot for the first day or two, yeah, but it's cooled down a little bit. And where I am up in the north, it's cooler than it is down south where David is.
So I saw one of the players toss his wet towel to a kid in the audience, overheating.
Yeah. Yeah, it got to about 30, 35-ish, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Nice.
Warm, isn't it?
95 Fahrenheit for the other people playing at home.
Yeah. It only got up to 27 tops here over the
About
pond.
80-ish.
95
How about Dave?
Fahrenheit as a base is not fun.
I know
That's
David
nothing.
was sweating his ass off in his apartment in his flat.
It's not it's not funny when you're playing a 4-hour tennis match. No.
35. No, that's nothing. We had 45 and they were playing tennis. And they had to shut it down.
And it's not fun watching something outside when it's that hot either. Let alone
Exactly.
fucking playing
That's
the
why
game.
that's why they had to close
Yeah.
the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's
They haven't had to cover the courts because of rain.
Yeah.
did anybody see in
You got Wimbledon going on at the moment.
Yeah, it
Did-
started on Monday.
Yeah.
did anybody see California? There's a warehouse that stores fireworks.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked
that was
It
about
like-
that.
exploded.
Yeah, it was like a week ago, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
it was just
Not
yesterday.
another one.
No, that was. We looked at that, what, like 2 or 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't yesterday. That
Well,
was like
now
at least
now
3
they're
days
just
ago.
now they're just getting in there to see if there's hotspots still.
It ain't the first time, dude. There was a house in LA that was jam packed full of illegal fireworks, and they were reselling them out of the house, and it caught on fire, blew up half the fucking block.
Well, someone was storing a whole bunch in his shed south of here, and shed kind of went boom.
Kaboom.
Over half of his shed is gone. Gone.
We used to hide the fireworks. We had a
Yeah.
shed
Yeah,
outside.
it does look
when we
like
were-
that, Jim.
When I grew up in California, we had a shed outside, and it had a trap door, and you opened it up, and it went underground. We used to put them down there, and they would store them down there in a nice cool area. Because my dad used to do the fire. Well, we had illegal fireworks, but he used to also store the fireworks for the fireworks shows.
What you buying, Paul?
When he was fire chief.
What's that?
What you buying? You look like either checking
No,
something or buying
I'm
something.
just looking at the down by the river.
Oh,
We got a ship coming?
Ship coming.
Well, I missed a ship earlier. It was the state of Michigan, but I've gotten it like 3 times in the last month.
Yeah, they got any coming?
No, but I do have some ships coming down.
That is what he asked.
That's what I asked you. I know. Said
But
the
they're
same
up
thing. I
at
said
the
they
tip
got
of
any
the
coming?
thumb.
No, but they have some ships coming down.
They're up at the tip of the thumb, which is like 3 or 4 hours away.
Okay.
That's too long.
so that'll be about almost 11 p.m. by the time they get to Paul.
It'll be dark.
Send it.
Full send in the dark.
Don't
Yeah.
send it. Don't send it, Paul, because you can't get another DJI drone right now. Oh, I
Yeah,
shouldn't
Drive to
have said it.
Canada.
He's
Now
right.
you're gonna.
He's right next to Canada. Of course he can.
He just drives to Windsor or drives to Sarnia.
Paul, when you bought those drones across the border, did they ask you for
No,
your ID?
No, they didn't inspect them or anything. Of
He
course, I
probably
didn't
didn't.
volunteer him. I just drove over and drove back.
Yeah, Paul not telling anybody anything. He was smuggling them in.
Yeah, smuggling.
Yeah, I find you get yourself into trouble, Andrew, when you
TJ?
give too much information.
Yeah, that can very much get you in trouble.
You know,
That's
it's
why
like when a
Paul-
police,
that's why Paul's
when a
always
cop
in
pulls
trouble.
you over, you don't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, my license is almost expired and the seatbelts don't work in it." No, that's
And and I've got all those drugs in the back in
Yeah.
the boot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And don't look in the trunk. Don't look in the
Yeah,
trunk.
don't look in the trunk. Yeah.
What's that blood dripping? No, I don't know.
Don't look at the truck. I've got a few rifles I just purchased.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why Paul's always in trouble. He
In
gives too much
Canada?
information, you know.
I was just taking the wife for a ride. Well, where is she? In the trunk.
Uh,
I dropped her off at the bridge. Oh.
well, we
How's
know
the
that
water?
couldn't happen. For one reason, you'd fall over first because all them Boston creams.
No, them Boston creams. The doctor told me keep eating the Boston creams. Are good for you.
Uh-huh.
You know how much we believe you?
Well, you should
like-
believe me, Joe. I believe half of the shit you say too.
Everything I tell you is true.
Okay,
That's the difference.
but,
What I tell you is the truth. Because you know it's harder to remember the lies than it is to tell the truth. And it takes a lot longer to tell the lies than to tell the truth.
Yeah, Justin, what do you think?
I was gonna say that's like a doctor telling an alcoholic keep drinking.
Joe just said exactly what they said at 5 o'clock on Fox News.
Yeah, that's what you call it said about Jeffries. Jeffries had that 9-hour speech,
Yeah.
and he said something about. He said you got to understand it's a lot harder to tell a lie than to tell the truth. My speech won't be as long.
And
I
yesterday,
can't imagine that Jeffrey's talking for 9 hours.
That's because he's a dick.
I second that.
He's an Obama wannabe, and I liked Obama when he was in. I actually did. I thought he did some good things. You know, he deported all the people that they don't want to deport now. You know,
Right.
same thing.
But yet, if you listen to what Obama's saying now, is completely different than what he was saying when he was the president.
That's the great because he's got to see about running that agenda because they don't like Trump.
Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
What?
Hey,
Andrew seems to have got. Oh, he's hit the wrong button, or he's.
His mama come on.
I answered the
Yeah.
phone or something. Yeah.
So how's your truck run? Is it running okay?
Yeah.
She ain't said much about it lately.
The only thing I need to fix on it, which I just can't do, you know, the posts in the driver's door, they get worn out, and I've got a replacement post here. But you got to cut things out and do different things to get, and then lift the door off, and I can't do that.
What's it do? It's just hard to close.
Well, it won't. It doesn't line up, so you got to really wang it closed. You know
So when you're driving one day, you wear a seatbelt, right?
what?
You wear a seatbelt?
Seatbelts for sissies.
Okay, that's all right. You'll turn a corner one day and you'll be rolling on the floor.
You
Well,
mean
then you know what, Joe? It's my turn to go.
There you go. The old man syndrome again.
Yeah.
you mean your hinge pins are wearing?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we're not gonna feel sorry for you for pulling the old man card again. On your grave, we're gonna put he used the old man card once too many. Shoot, if you got I'll tell you one thing. If you got a bad door, do not let anybody drive that thing. Don't let anybody drive it.
Why?
If that thing opens up and he falls out, you're gonna lose your house first.
Now, if it's the hinge pin, all it's going to do is when he opens it, it'll drop.
It's a good bump, you know. You never know.
Yeah, no, the hinge pin will still hold it.
Well, yeah, because it's not the hinge pins on both of them. It's just on
In
one.
theory. In theory, yeah, but you never know. That sucker drops off and somebody be driving your car and fall out on the ground. And then Paul looking for a house to live in.
Joe, I got to ask you a question. Why do you always go to the negative?
I'm not going to the
Eh.
negative. I'm going to the positive. I'm positively trying to help you. Because I know when we're not around you, you're getting into something.
No, you got me all wrong, Joe.
No, we don't.
I'm like, you can see my halo, you know.
Yeah, you got a halo, right? It's a reflection from the toilet seat.
Jesus Christ.
All the bullshit. Bullshit. And we're just trying to protect you, Paul. I'm still worried about that kid. I don't know what he's doing.
He's fine.
Yeah, okay. I want to hear that in 6 weeks.
Jim said, Paul, why the heck didn't you tell me that when I was there?
Yeah.
Because Jim can hardly get around. I didn't need him worried about how we're going to get the door off and stuff. And besides that, I don't know where the replacement hinge is right now. I've had it around here in a box forever.
You sure you bought it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. You've got two of them, Jim.
You two move.
Well, Jim, when you come back up with your torque wrench,
Yeah, bring a screwdriver with you, Jim. You might need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, East Coast is right. Paul doing something wrong? No.
something like a 13 mil socket, taking the hinge off.
But Paul's missing his 10 millimeter.
Yeah. Everybody missed one of those. It was a 12.
No, it's the 10 millimeter one. That
No, I
everybody
know
jokes
10
about.
mil for that. Everybody, I always lose a 10 mil as well. But I'm just saying, 12 for a door hinge. I'm trying to think.
It's either 12 or 13. It's half inch.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, you start with a 12 and you go to 13 because I was doing something the other day. It started off as I get the 13 out thinking it's 13. I think, bugger, gotta walk all the way over and get the 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, always carry both of them with you when you do that.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
Jim said I put pins on a 1999 GMC Suburban. The bushings were rotted out so bad. The pins broke. Door literally came off.
No, shit.
But at least it's usually only the driver's door that suffers because the passenger door don't get any use.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you can always tell when it's somebody's,
Hey,
like a
Gary.
car's been owned by an older person, single. All the seats and everything will look brand new except for the driver's seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking rest of the car will look immaculate, but the driver's seat be worn the fuck out.
Exactly.
Bent rail, what's up?
Hey, Gary.
What's up, Gitchy?
Gidgee.
Prime Day starts in 5 days. Goes till the 11th.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the 8th to the 11th.
Yeah, no, he's not doing it for 4th of July weekend, I think. I'm pretty sure there's no art. Yeah.
Why? What's he doing for 4th of July weekend?
I'm not sure. I think he was going somewhere.
Who?
Art.
That toffee guy's barbecue or something.
Yeah, Rick.
Thought he had a falling out with that dude like a long time ago.
No, they made up.
The guy's still in a wheelchair.
Yeah, had a stroke.
So the guy like owns a toffee factory or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had that. What's it? That weird disease, didn't he?
Fucking Art over there like a fucking Oompa Loompa getting toffee. It's fucking Willy Wonka.
Wasn't he something to do? Didn't he get bit by a tick or something?
I think it was Lyme disease or something like that. Yeah.
You know how they were getting rid of Lyme disease? Get stung by hornet or not hornets, yellow jackets. Something with the venom actually will it will like, what do you want to say, like deactivate the Lyme disease in your body. And that was actually a study that was done in Australia.
Yep.
A lady got stung. She had Lyme disease real bad. She went for a walk and got stung by a bunch of yellow jackets, and then all of a sudden she didn't have it no more.
Yeah, I know someone that had Lyme disease, and it's not
Well,
good.
A yellow jacket, is that a wasp?
And now it's an aggressive bee.
Ah.
It's the Africanized bees.
All right.
She walked up on a swarm of them, and they swarmed her and stung the shit out of her. And it ended up something in the bee venom that killed the Lyme disease in her body. But she thought she was. What's weird is, so she was allergic to bees, but the Lyme disease got rid of the allergicness to the bees, and then the bees overrid the Lyme disease.
Win-win.
Yeah. Why they haven't, I don't know if they ever actually did anything with that study there was a couple doctors over in Australia that did a study on it after it happened. I don't know if they ever did anything with it. Just like they said, if you have arthritis real bad, there was a thing at one point where they were putting people's arms in like boxes with a bunch of bees and letting them sting them. And something with the stingers going into the tendons and shit. Something with the venom was helping with tendonitis. Might have been. So. If I can find.
Oh.
Joe dropping off again.
I guess they are a type of wasp. I thought they were a form of bee.
The main difference between bees and wasps is a wasp doesn't have a barb on its sting, whereas a bee does.
Yeah, they can fucking.
They can sting you as often as they want.
Yeah, I got stung by one in my work truck one day. Oh man, that shit hurt. Felt a little pinch on my back, and then I got in the work truck and I sat back against the seat, and all of a sudden I feel just a sharp ass fucking stinging pain, and I get out and a fucking wasp flies out of my back of my shirt. Got home and I just had this massive fucking stinging welt looking thing on my back.
Mm.
Found out I wasn't allergic to them. I'd never been stung by one before.
Check his credentials before you let him back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the nurse come back in. I didn't want y'all to see or hear.
Oh no.
You mean what you really mean is
Or her hear y'all.
Yeah.
Especially y'all hear Justin. Her hear Justin. Jonathan in the chat?
Yeah, he was up there a little ways.
Yeah, I'm
Speak of the
trying,
devil.
Jonathan. It's just nothing's turned into fruition.
Who's that?
He's not biting.
Jonathan. Speak of the
Mhm.
devil.
Yeah, it's not biting.
Easy.
I'm trying every angle to get a bite on it, but it's not working.
Say that again, Jonathan, because we didn't hear it.
Good
I said-
evening, good evening, good evening. Happy 4th of July. In case
Yeah, yeah.
in case I don't see some of y'all.
I'm bringing up everything, the car and everything. It ain't working.
Oh man.
Let me see if
Paul,
I
where
can
you
reach
at,
this
man?
thing and fix it.
Here comes the bad guy. Paul.
He's
Paul.
not at his chair. He's got up and left.
Paul. I'm thinking burgers. That's all I want.
Oh, nice.
I don't want no hot dogs, no ribs. I sure ain't eating none of my friends of the lobsters. I just want burgers. What's some burgers on the grill?
I had a steak pie.
Oh, this steak and lobster sounds good together.
Yeah, she came in and said they said they're gonna bring up a Juven for me. And I said, yeah, they also gave me a roll instead of cornbread. And then they forgot to give me the butter for the roll.
Oh no.
She said they got 4 people working down there. All right. And I said, sound like they need somebody to come take over the place.
Yeah, they should have like a printout of everybody's diet pro by room number,
They do. Got it right here.
and then you assemble the tray, and then it goes into a cart.
Right here. They've been taking it off the tray because they don't want you to see what you missed. But when they put that tray down, I put my hand on it and take it. I pick it up and said, let me see what I got. Proactive, you know what I mean?
Oh, tamales sound good too, Donald. I haven't had a good tamale in a while.
Tamales.
The one Taco's my friend, the place that does tamales. Dude, they sell out so quick. They only do it one day a week, and if you're not there right when they open,
Yeah.
they'll be sold out within a half hour. I mean, they'll go through like 400 or 500 of them that quick.
Never had a
Tamales are great.
He's doing Missouri tamales.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see here.
So, hey, Paul, I tell my daughter, I said, when you go to my house today, let me know because I got something I need you to do. Okay. She went there about 3 o'clock, didn't tell me. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. I said, well, guess what? The bill's gonna be late tomorrow. Thank you. It's not gonna be. I'll just be an asshole.
It won't be late tomorrow. It's short.
Yeah.
Where do you vote for
Yeah.
that, Getchy? What the hell
Yeah,
website
they're
did you
supposed to be
go on to
bringing me
vote for that?
a Juven. We'll see.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's just aggravating. She don't want to go over there and spend 15 minutes twice a day, right? So she's in a hurry. So she don't want to let me know she's going over there because then I make her stop and at least brush the dog, you know?
Donald said Louisiana tamales are just corn dogs dipped in hot sauce.
Are they any different?
Oh, I had French toast the other morning at the hospital, Brenda. It was really good.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be bringing me French toast in the morning. I can't wait to see this.
Out of pancakes, waffles, and French toast, I'll take French toast over all three or the other two any day.
That's funny, Justin. They asked me the same thing this morning. I said French toast.
Yeah, if I had to choose between three, I'd take French toast all day.
I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like.
A little powdered sugar on top, some syrup. Yeah,
They probably
yeah.
bring me a biscuit.
Waffle House actually has some pretty
Oh.
good French toast. They use that big thick toast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Thank you. That'll work.
All right.
I'll drink that first.
Huh?
I'll drink that instead of that.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on, Jim. You know you Canadians don't know nothing about maple syrup.
Juven. You see what it is? It's a cherry flavored.
Yeah. Looks
It's a cherry
interesting.
flavored. You can see the white in the bottom. Let me
Yeah.
get the way you see. You see the white
Yeah.
little line in the bottom?
For
So
somebody
that
who
stuff's
said
bitter as all get out.
For somebody that
Stir
said
it
it's
up,
bitter, you seem to be really excited every time you get this shit.
You know why? Think about it. It
Tell-
heals from within.
Yeah, I told you you're like one of those people that likes drinking Pepto Bismol.
No, this stuff heals. It goes into the tissue, and if it's a wound, it heals the wound.
Well, you know, you need to get a hold of that company, Joe, and tell them you'll be a spokesperson on TV.
What's
No.
that favorite pink liquid other than strawberry quick?
Yeah, it heals the
Wow.
wound.
Yeah, it
it's
heals the wound. He soaks his leg in it.
No,
It's a
it's got like
Yeah, I'm
What,
about to say
like-
pour it on your leg.
no, you just drink it, and it goes internally and gets in your blood system, and it's some. I'll pull it up and find out exactly everything. I'll read it to y'all eventually.
You drink it and it gets in your bloodstream. That sounds like the stuff I put on my cats on the back of their neck.
What?
Yeah.
front line.
Front line.
front line. That's what he's drinking. He's drinking pot.
Sound like front line.
Hey, you've got to watch that now. There's been people selling fake frontline that's actually poison.
Mm.
That does
Oh, yeah?
not surprise me at all, to be honest.
Selling it on eBay.
You got to
Oh, no,
watch
no,
out
no.
because up in Port Huron, I heard they're selling fake peanuts.
I get mine through
Yeah.
Petco.
Paul ain't paying attention. He's buying something.
That's like if I buy
Yeah,
a product off
yeah.
Amazon.
Looks like
I'm
he's
that's
buying
reading the
something.
chat, which you aren't doing, Joe.
Hey, Jonathan, I actually
Ooh.
find that Advantage works better than Frontline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Advantage works better than
Advantage.
Frontline. Now
Yeah.
that's new.
That's what I've heard too.
In fact,
Yeah.
my vet told me to use it instead of Frontline.
No, if I buy something off Amazon or something, I always go straight to the store with the same brand.
One of the weakest ones over here.
Okay.
Anyway,
Actually, the best to get is just go to the vet and get the shot.
Yeah.
The
Which
shot
is
no.
one.
taken there.
No, the dog
But it's
didn't.
just,
They didn't give mine a shot. They gave it a tablet.
yeah. And tablets are really hard to give cats, I tell you.
Yeah, by the way, Paul, I'm on my phone. That's why I don't see the chat all the time. And Brenda, my daughter is doing just the training right now. But she passed my house 3 times before she went back to my house not telling me.
Just get a
Brenda.
can of tuna fish. Get a can of guy on Starkiss and crush the tablet up and mix it
Yeah.
in the tuna fish.
Okay.
Cats cannot resist tuna fish. They will eat every last drop.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah,
Oh, dude. Every time I open a can of tuna fish, dude, the cats come fucking running.
Every
Mhm.
By
time
my
I
feet.
open
Meow,
any,
meow.
anytime I open any can, and I hear the ring pull go,
It gets you.
they're right on me. That's any
Mhm.
ring pull.
I don't use tins. I use pouches for the cat.
Yeah, I've got I because they get bored with the pouches, I go to the cans. When they get bored with the cans, I go back to the pouches. So I've got to, you know,
Rotate.
Switch them up, yeah.
got to rotate it because if you put one down and they look at it and then just walk off sometimes.
No, she has a pouch. She has a variety of mixed biscuits, and
Yeah.
then 3 or 4 slices of wafer thin cooked chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem to come up and annoy me every time that I buy when I buy roast chicken.
She's decided she'd rather have the chicken than the ham now.
Oh yeah, I get stared directly in the
Rotisserie
face
chicken
when
is
I'm eating
always
chicken.
their weakness.
That's like me. I got these big cellophane bags in my drawers that are full of different computer cables.
Yeah.
And I'll reach in and grab one of the bags out to grab a cable out, and all of a sudden the fucking dogs come running like I'm opening a bag of chips. Fuck out of here. Because they sound just like a bag of chips opening.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like me, Justin. I'll have something at my desk, and it'll be just something that I don't want to make a lot of noise. And Tina will be laying over on a sofa sleeping. Logie be under me, and I'll open it real slow, and Cleo will be in the back, right? All of a sudden, she comes up and sits down and peeks around the corner looking at me. See what I got?
Yeah,
She done heard it with little freaking ninja ears.
what you doing?
I still can't get used to eating all the food on my plate
Okay.
and some for the dog.
Okay, gents, I've got to drop off. I've got another thing to do, so I'll catch you on the next
Where are you
one.
going, Dominic?
Having a chat with another friend.
Okay,
Oh.
All right,
have a good night.
Okay.
Or good morning.
Dominic.
I've just got to get the Zoom link there.
later.
All right, see you later, Dominic.
Yeah, see ya.
What channel is it?
It's not it's a private Zoom.
It's a private. Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay.
Hey,
See you
Dominic.
later.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Later, Dom.
Ray Kelly started now.
Oh, Mark, I went back and was it you that posted the video about that lady that flew her drone over the military base or whatever?
No, it
What the hell?
Yeah, it turned out that wasn't the same lady.
No, it
because-
wasn't.
Yeah, somebody posted the link from Ray's channel from like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
It might have been Joe that posted it.
I didn't do it.
it wasn't the same woman that was on.
Yeah,
So, no.
'Cause they
Gitchy,
were-
how you doing, Gitchy? Are you at home or are you overseas?
Well, they did talk about her at the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the actual lady that happened because I wanted to hear it
Yeah.
from her what exactly happened,
No,
but it turned out it was a different lady.
I think the one that it happened to was Deneen, wasn't it?
I honestly have no
Yeah.
idea. I didn't even know who that lady was.
Deneen, she be with Jackie.
Mm.
With Jackie and
Been on Tammy Jeans a couple of times.
yeah, remember the time Tammy had a bunch of female pilots on? Deneen was on there. She was on there.
Yeah, and then people were making a bunch of comments in the chat. Yeah,
Stupid that.
a bunch of
Flew over a base.
bunch of old horny guys in the chat.
Mhm.
What the
Wait a
fuck you
minute, wait,
doing on
wait,
the
wait,
panel?
wait. How do you fly over a base? Because I got too close to it. I didn't even cross the
And look,
airspace. I got too close and they froze my drone in the middle of the damn sky.
that's
It's
what I asked,
old.
Jonathan.
It's an old training base next to a park in New York.
But like I said, I don't understand how that wouldn't have been on any maps. Like that should have been on some kind of map if she would have looked before she flew
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I'm not saying it is there, but you would assume it would be on the map.
Apparently, it actually took 6 years to sort out. Not 2 years like I thought. It was 6.
Oh, so this
But
happened a while ago.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah, that might have been before all them security measures were in place.
Yeah, it took her 6 years to get the drone back. It was all an original Mavic.
didn't you guys say it was like a Mavic Zoom or something?
No, the Mavic Pro Platinum, I think.
Pro Platinum. Yeah. Okay, because yeah, when you were saying 2 years the other day, I was thinking, God, that should have been on their geofencing, telling
Yeah.
her not to go over
Yeah,
there.
that was more than 2 years when it happened to me. That was more than 2 years ago.
I don't
It
know if that shit was in place
took
back that far back, but
years to get it sorted out. So it must have been maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah, I want to
yeah,
see.
I don't know how their systems were back then because
Because the original Pro came out in
Oh,
2006.
Paul, I'll do that.
No, the one that they had on last night, that Jean,
that
she
was
had,
the girl that got hers shot out of the sky.
yeah, she was flying near her home in Tennessee and some guy shot it.
Yeah, because she said she was gonna go. I watched that part on Johnny's where she said she was gonna go file the appeal or whatever.
Yeah, she lost the case, but she's going to appeal. Yeah.
Because the way she was describing it was like the judge didn't even know any of the laws for it.
No.
But you think if a judge was overseeing a case, he would have dove into that particular set of laws and
Yeah.
tried to, understand it before he ruled on a case that he didn't know nothing about.
You should get in touch with Ryan.
God, my arm is all bruised up from when they fucking put that IV in him. Oh, Duck's still sitting with her eggs. Make sure you're not near those things when they hatch, get you, because I think ducks aren't they one of the ones that imprint on you when they hatch.
Yeah.
Fucking gonna have a whole damn fucking group of baby ducks falling around for life.
Yep. She'd be digging a pond in her back garden.
Yeah, because they'll think she's mommy. There was that family had some videos on YouTube a long time ago, and their son had a pet goose, or pet goose, and it was I guess it imprinted on him or something, and it used to fly next to their car when you go to the bus stop and stuff, and it would follow him everywhere you go.
Well, they had that film, didn't they? About the girl that had a microlight and the geese used to follow her in the microlight.
Don't know what movie that is.
It's a Disney one.
So Gitchy's got a duck living in her house, and it's late at night.
She has a duck nest near her house,
Oh, okay.
and I think either her or her son found it. I think her son found it or something, but had a few eggs in it.
Something to do with protected ducks.
Well, it's just best if they're not bothering you, don't fuck with shit like that, Matter if it's protected or not, just leave it alone. I remember when I was working at Walmart, the whole back wall that separates the RV park from our Walmart was full of the whole wall. The bats got in there, and the whole wall is full of bats. You can go up there to this day and stick your ear up to the wall, and you can hear them inside. And the store manager asked the guy from Ecolabs to come in and get rid of them. And the guy said, "I can't touch those things."
Yeah,
He goes,
bats.
"If they,"
Yeah.
he said, "if they decided to nest there, that's where they're staying permanently." He goes, "I can't do anything." He goes, "The only thing I can do is put because they were trying to get in the building in a couple of spots, and the only thing he could do was put up like
Yeah. Next to getting
like
in.
screen. Yeah, he put metal screen up to cover up the holes so they couldn't get into the building area. So he was able to do that before they got in there. But yeah, he told him, he's like, "There's nothing I can do." He goes, "I can't move them. I can't touch them. I can't exterminate them. Nothing." But yeah, at nighttime you'd be out there and they'd just come pouring out of that fucking wall. Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
They don't really bother anybody though. I mean, they were never really that big of a nuisance, or and the RV park never complained about them. So
Yep.
he was just getting annoyed because they were buzzing around one of our I mean, they were kind of, I guess, a little bit of a nuisance because they were buzzing around one of the loading doors at night. And they were being a little bit of a nuisance, but it wasn't that bad. He just didn't want them there. But that wall's full of not good fertilizer there. Jody's home now. Yeah, she said, yeah, her son did find it.
What is it, a baby?
It's a
Eggs.
duck nest full of eggs. Some found it on their property.
Mama ducks must be laying on the eggs, huh?
Oh, well, you got duck eggs. That tastes pretty good.
Yeah, you're probably best not to go around it. Yeah, I would stay away from the kitchen.
Glad you didn't find. I never heard of what's going on with Boone. I ain't heard about Boone in a couple days.
He ain't either.
And he's not even telling us now. What's going on with Boone?
What do you mean what's going on with Boone?
He ain't said nothing about Boone in at least 3 days.
Oh, he's just hanging.
That's just like we had a construction site here that was held up for like 3 years because there was eagles nesting on the property. They weren't allowed to do anything.
Look at that. He's got to go look for Boone.
Every once in a while, you get a good shot of a bald eagle around here. There's one that likes to sit up on the telephone pole across the street from our house. He sits up there. Those birds.
You found him?
Yeah, he's outside, just hanging.
Yeah, they just finally built that apartment complex where those eagles were nesting this year. Guess they were finally able to get in there. They had the whole parking lot laid and everything, and then they had to stop construction. It sat there for 3 years.
They woke her and traded her out. They got to stand in to come in. The president will sign the big, beautiful bill tomorrow at 4 p.m. Marcy Kaptur will be napping. The big, beautiful bill extends the 2017 tax cuts. People can now deduct tips and overtime from their taxes. Partial interest deductions up to 10 grand. An expansion of the child tax credit. And restrictions on abortion providers receiving Medicaid funds. Here with Speaker Mike Johnson. Speaker Johnson, congratulations. Before we get to the political criticism,
The blood in his flesh.
feel the tax cuts because that's an extension of what they're already accustomed to, but they will feel the Medicaid and the food stamp cuts. You would say what to that?
No, I would say that's nonsense. What we basically enacted in this agenda, what we
No, is that common with duck, Sketchy?
this time we did it on steroids. You remember after that first
Yeah, the Mandarin duck with glaze is common.
And orange sauce.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Same thing, close enough.
Or were you worried that you were going to scare the duck off, get you? Is that what you were worried about? Oh, about 2 years ago, I stopped traffic on one of the back roads here. There's 2 or 3 cars behind me because the little mama duck come across the road with her little ducklings following behind. I was in my work truck and I turned my lights on and stopped traffic so she could get across the road.
What's he doing? He's just on the deck hanging out or walking around or what?
Just
Ooh.
going
Mm.
one end of the backyard to the next.
You ought to share the screen. We ain't seen him in a while.
Oh no, it's nice outside. It's like 70 degrees and he's loving it.
That's not what I'm saying. You need to share the screen so we get to see him.
I don't have the capabilities of sharing the screen.
I guess so. Looked it up. That's what it said. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, if you disturb the nest, they'll abandon it. Yeah.
You used to have, Paul, because you used to show us your video camera.
Yeah, I know, but my cameras are
Yeah,
all
but he
screwed
hasn't
up.
been able to log into his cameras on his computer in a long time. He only does it on his phone.
All
That's
right.
been an issue for months.
It must have been a YouTube update.
Hey,
Such a smart ass.
Yeah. Hey, I got 2 pain pills in me right now. I'm not feeling anything.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
got the
feeling
pain
good
pill
right
and a
now?
shot in me right now.
Sarah brought some big chocolate chip cookies on them. Pretty good.
Which amazing fella has Ray got on with him tonight?
I don't know, but when I watched that episode that somebody posted the link in the chat for, that girl was just talking and talking, and Ray was trying to do his like normal thing. She just kept talking and talking. You could tell he was trying to, do his like normal little cut things he does where he shows videos and stuff. Oh, yeah, let me go over to his channel, see who's over there.
And we're gonna have our city back. The White House is sending us collections of items to claw back the spending that was
15 people watching.
the Republican Party is the party to get us back on this response.
Stunningrone.com, whoever that is.
John Parsons.
Who is it?
I know it says he's live with John Parsons.
Okay, John Parsons, Michael White. All right.
Michael Wright.
Yeah.
That's TXA.
He must be John Parsons then.
And Michael Wright's from Texas.
Oh yeah, he just came on his panel. There's 3 of them on there. God, he looks like he lost a shit ton of weight. You see that?
Mm.
That Michael Wright dude, I've seen him before. He looks like he lost a bunch of weight.
John, that looks abroad.
Gitchy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
funny. Gitchy said, Joe, you do seem to be a bit cranky. Time for you to leave the hospital.
No, he's just got an inhibitor in him.
Mm.
You're muted if you're talking to us, Joe.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Well, if he was on the phone, it should
No,
have cut out.
I'm not cranky. I haven't heard Boone's name in 3 days. I just realized it. And I'm just kind of worried, did he get out or did that
No,
kid take
no,
him,
he's
or
still
did he
hanging.
get kid, or what happened, you know?
Oh, he ain't cranky. He's feeling good right now.
Yeah, I would hate to hear the fact that maybe that kid took the dog or something, or he gave him to him because Boone was too much to handle. You know, you never know.
There he
Killing
goes.
the dog.
I'm worried about that kid, Paul. I'm worried about you.
Well, John Parsons from the UK.
It was performance art, and what Republicans are doing. So I think the Congress here, the American people are delighted to have that on stage. Mr. Speaker, happy Independence Day to come back to Louisiana soon, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Up next, ice gets a big beautiful bill. Charlie Kirk is here next.
Jim said, Paul, bring Boone up to the camera so we can all see him.
He's still outside. I tried to call him in. He didn't go.
Yeah, that nice outside. I wouldn't want to come in either.
70 degrees, sunny, and no wind. I'll see if I can get him.
Ray's giving away a
Boner,
Start RC
come here.
waterproof landing pad. Not all landing pads were waterproof.
Say hello to everybody. Come here. Jump up here. Come here.
There he is right there. You're muted again, Joe. Why are you flipping me off? I just told you were muted. Dickhead.
That made me cranky.
Did you see Boone, Joe?
Yeah, about time. I'm
Well,
glad to see.
he came in to get a drink of water, and he's headed right back out again.
Yeah, I had something to tell him. I was going to tell him if that kid comes over, bite him. Run any
Yeah.
suspicious characters away.
I think Gitchy's got your number. You're cranky.
I'm not cranky. I feel good, man. I'm just maybe I'm cranky because I'm tired of worrying about you.
Well, then don't worry about me.
No, everybody's got to worry about you.
Justin, what do you think?
What?
You think Joe's being a little cranky?
Yeah, you already give us enough to worry about.
I don't know. He seems like he's just normal. He's just doped up.
You already give us
Making sure Paul's taking care of himself. He's not giving his dog away, or giving his car away, or giving everything else away, or paying for something the kid that says he needs. You leave the kid alone. You know, like
You already
Joe,
got us worried
I just
tonight.
know every
about being
time that
10
kid
minutes
comes
late.
around Paul, the guy leaves with Paul's stuff.
What?
Every time he comes over to Paul, he leaves with DVD players.
Well, that's because I gave them to him. I got shit around here. We've talked about this before, Joe. I got shit around here. I got more shit than I know what to do with.
Now you're getting defensive.
And I got no way to get them to anybody without having to have it shipped.
I understand. But when you start doing that, then he's going to make you a target and come back and clean you out.
No, he's not.
Okay? Remember that.
Just remember what I said, Joe.
I'm remembering. Remember what I said. Because I promise you, if he's going to target you, he's going to do it soon. is a trend.
New
Well, it's
TikTok trend?
not any different than your daughter and everybody else that use your ass.
That's family. It's different.
Oh,
It's not some stranger you don't even know who he is.
Whatever.
take it back.
I suppose at least
We're gonna give it a timeout, Joe.
Yeah, I figured because you're still young.
Dude, Joe, my arm is all bruised up where they put that last IV in the other day or yesterday. Oh, man, they fucked my arms up.
they might not have flushed it out properly when they took it out.
Yeah, it looks like I fucking walked through Reading, Pennsylvania. Fucking got poke marks all up and down my damn arms. Dude, they had 3 nurses and it took them 6 times to finally get a fucking IV in me. And they were even using the vein machine. But she said 2 out of the 3 nurses said I had the thickest skin they've ever seen. Like they were like they were having to like shove the needle into my arm to get it through my skin.
Did you tell them that you needed thick skin with all those lot about?
Yeah. Now that vein machine was pretty interesting though. It was a cool little machine.
What was it? A bit like ultrasound.
I don't know exactly how it works, but it was like the size of a VHS tape. And they just held it over my arm and these lights like laser things came down on my arms. And then it like showed you the entire mapping of all your veins in that little, it was probably a 4-inch by 3-inch section. They would map out this like perfect square on your arm.
I gotta go feed your squirrels there, Joe.
And it would show a map of all your veins in that one, whatever area they were pointing it at.
I've not
Like
seen.
that. Do what?
I said I've not seen one of them before.
Let me see if I can find it and I'll share a picture of it. I had never seen one before either.
I mean, when they were doing the angioplasty, they used an X-ray machine, portable X-ray machine type thing. It's fucking huge. It was like a 60-inch TV screen, and this bed that you lie on was the X-ray plate, and they just put it over, and the bed kept moving backwards and forwards along this rail, and they put a dye in so that you could see where the veins were.
No, it kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, Mark, but it looks like this, but the machine looked different. It looked like a square VHS tape, but it looked exactly like that. The green,
All right.
it had a green box.
Yeah.
Maps out your veins, and they just point it at your skin, and then they can see them. But their machine looked different than that one.
Yeah. Hmm. So they can see my veins dead easy. They just can't find the damn things when they try and get them.
Yeah, because they'll start rolling on you.
Yeah.
That was the problem they were having with me. They could see them. Every time they'd go in there, it would roll on them, and then and then I had 2 of them blow out on me. I was sleeping, and I woke up, and my fucking shirt's just soaked. And I looked down, and the fucking IV, the IV fluid was just all over my shirt. It leaked all over me. So I ended up with 3 different IVs in me, but they poked me 8 times in total to get 3 of them in.
Uh-huh.
Or no, 9 times. It was 9 times. They poked me.
There are unknown amount of sleeper cells, unknown amount of people that Joe Biden let in terrorist blood lists.
Which is kind of funny because when I used to go to biolabs and give plasma, the girl that used to would do the needle on me all the time in there, she never had a problem. She was really good too. You would never even feel the needle. She'd just go right into your arm.
Yeah, she was probably a proper phlebotomist.
Well, a lot of the people that work there, they're not, a lot of them will be going to school to go do that. But you can work there without actually having that certificate. Well, at least here in Florida, you can. Because a lot of the girls I met when me and Sarah would go there, a lot of them were, that's what they were going to school for. And they would work there to get a lot of practice. Because it would give them tons of practice. Because they were, sticking needles in 100 people a day.
Yeah.
What's the number one thing I hate, Justin? Updates on shit.
Vegetables and updates.
Yeah, updates on vegetables.
Oh, is there an update for Android? Let me see. Last one I did was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Probably due another update for Apple soon as well then.
Nope, I'm up to date. Got One UI version 7.0 and Android 15.
Apple have included a new security feature now where if you turn it on, not even Apple know where your IP address is coming from.
Yeah, but do you really trust that a company's like being truthful about that though? At the end of the day, like, do you think that that's an actual thing or they're just telling people that? I mean, because you kind of got to take a company's word for it, right?
Yeah.
It's just like how Android allows you to turn off location tracking for apps. Like, are you sure that it's turning the location tracking off?
Oh yeah, you know, Apple as well.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. But do you know really, at the end of the day, do you know for sure that's actually happening? You know?
No. The only thing you can tell for sure is if you're looking at Find My Phone, and it tells you that this person is not sharing their location. I have discovered one thing. When you bury an AirTag 2 feet underground, it doesn't show up anymore.
My nose pierced, and she was, yeah, and you said.
Got to take the AirTag off Precious's collar.
What does it do to how many feet underground?
She's about 2 foot down, something like that.
It still works?
No.
Okay.
I'll be back. I got to run over to the metro. So.
Not even when you stood directly above her.
What are you going to Metro for?
Because it's all updated on his phone.
It shouldn't change anything. It's just a software. If it's a software security update, it shouldn't log them out. Shouldn't change nothing. It'll be like you didn't even know it happened.
Lord help me. Hey Justin, I'm trying, but it ain't working.
What?
Stern.
Thought Jim was coming in.
Yeah, he said he's trying to work it a different way.
Yeah. I was wondering.
At least he's got his car out there. He's not, somebody don't have it, you know?
Yeah. I was beginning to wonder if Paul had actually gone back and watched the end of the stream before when he didn't come on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have doubted.
Yeah.
Because the first answer was, yeah, I didn't have all the right tools.
Yeah.
Oh, he does that. I guarantee that's what he does. So.
Well,
Oh.
Metro might still be open. I think they stay open until like 8 or 9 here.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna
Let's take
jump
this.
off it right now. I've had
All right.
enough confusion for the day.
Catch you
Well,
later.
See you tomorrow.
All right. See you, Joe. Take care.
You can't do shit till Paul gets back except for just leave.
What's up with David today? He's not come on.
I don't think he was on yesterday either. Was he?
I
don't think he came on yesterday either.
I'm not sure now.
Yeah, I
Did he-
can't remember, to be honest. My days have been running into each other.
I think he came on for a short while, but not for long.
I still got another month and a half of vacation.
Who's that
Oh,
now?
there. That's David right there.
What's
You
up?
called?
Well, your
What's
ears,
up, David?
You called?
your ears were burning.
You
No, I
must
was
have been
actually
listening.
watching in the background, stalking you. I'm actually burning up with hives
Oh
from
God!
weather. It's fucking painful.
It's still hot
Yeah.
down there. Then
It's cooled down a little bit, but it's now like sticky. But it's not hot, but it's just sticky.
we were at 20 for most of the day, and it's down to 13 now.
Hey Google, what's the temperature?
In Basildon, it's currently 15 degrees.
15 degrees.
Oh, there you go. That's cool enough.
Yeah, Sarah gets she's got rosacea and it flares up real bad in the heat.
No.
That's why we keep our room so cold, especially in the summertime.
All you Americans out there, Laura does not want to rub it. No, let me get that again. Laura does want to rub it in. She's bought herself a DJI drone.
She wants to rub what in?
She bought another one?
She bought herself a new DJI drone.
What'd she get?
Which one have you got?
It's a Mini 2.
A Mini 2.
Oh, you just went and got another Mini too?
Yeah.
I mean, for as much as you're
got
doing,
this-
you don't need nothing crazy.
She's got this idea that she's going to be able to lock it on me and follow me down Blackpool seafront in it. Let's
Yeah,
see.
as long as the flight's, I guess, legal over there. I don't know what your guys' rules are, but
I'll have a license and everything by then.
Could
Yeah.
be tricky because the Mini 2 doesn't have tracking on it.
I'm good at following.
Yeah.
I can just see the video now. I'm gonna clip that, and then when David does that walk, it's gonna just show the drone going right into a pole.
Yeah.
And because it'll be dark, you will also have to have a strobe light on it.
I've
And
got lights that go on it.
You have to make sure. No, they have to be visible at 3 miles. Apparently,
My lights are.
She has got the official,
Right.
still got the official drone lights, but
or just check the
I'll
weight.
point something out to you guys. I'm walking down Blackpool seafront with the lights are everywhere. It's
Yeah.
just going to blend in.
Yeah.
In
Well,
fact, what's
check-
going to happen? We're going to hear ting, 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 ting as we're going along.
Yeah.
And then we'll look back and all the fucking lights will be out behind me where Laura's cut them down.
Check the weight of it as well when you put the strobes on.
They're official DJI strobe lights.
They don't weigh anything.
Oh,
'Cause, I remember when I had to buy them.
well, they would have to weigh something, but it's going to be like a couple grams each.
Not even. I don't even think it. I
It
think
doesn't. It doesn't take the drone over. I know that.
I
Right.
think
Yeah.
if you weighed it, it was 248.
Right. Yeah, because
Drone
I think the Mini 2 is only 242 anyway, something like that.
Yeah, something silly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gives you a little bit of wiggle room to
And I
add a
bought
couple
myself
accessories.
the GoPro Hero 7.
I don't know nothing about the GoPros.
They're on the Hero 14, I think, at the moment now.
Yeah.
Well, they sold their company. Remember, they sold all the patents from their.
From
The
their
only
old-
one they kept, I think, was the latest one they did.
Yeah.
They sold all the patents for all the older ones.
Yeah, but like I said, as long as it does the job that I need it to do.
This
Mhm.
GoPro almost tanked. What was that, about 8 months ago or something? Remember?
Yeah, Laura
Yeah.
wants it for when we go and see Matt fly.
Yep.
Actually, you'll have to take GoPros.
Yes.
That was a
Yeah,
very good answer for you are if you well.
Yeah, most likely those lights
if
are
I'm
going to
going,
weigh
but-
probably between
You
a
are
gram
going?
to 2 grams.
Even if you're dead, you're going.
What, the lights, they weigh about 5-6 grams, most of them.
Well, what
Right.
kind does she have, though?
Mine don't weigh that much.
Laura?
What weighed them with on my old drone?
Mm-hmm.
You weigh them on your. You got one of those little weed scales?
Yeah, got a little weight scale to have.
Got a question for you guys.
I have.
What does it mean if you can see all your veins?
Nothing. It means you're.
As in, they're not normal colour, they're going dark.
It just means you've drunk enough.
I don't fucking know.
Means your skin's going translucent.
Stop fucking panicking.
It looks bruised. Stop panicking. I'm burning up, for fuck's sake. It's like I'm on fire.
Don't fucking care.
Oh, that's the
See, look, the heat's getting to him.
Just want to point out that's Makara.
Sounds like me and Sarah when the power goes out. We don't have no AC.
Right, what the fuck is this?
Go and stand in the kitchen next to the open freezer.
This GoPro has new footage.
And all your food defrosts. Okay.
Well, your guys' power's not out, though, is it?
No, but your food will defrost if you leave your door open too long.
Right.
You
Yeah.
guys, you guys got to get an American-sized fridge. You guys can just stand in it.
They will preview. Mark, do you know if you can go live from GoPro?
No.
From the app?
No, I don't know. No, I don't think you can.
Hold on.
Justin, we'll just Google that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll
Justin,
need a
I've got new
GoPro
account.
app and a GoPro subscription. You'll be able to generate a private link to share with your audience. You can also live stream directly on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook via RTMP URL.
So I need the GoPro. I've got the GoPro app. I just got that.
Yeah, you need the subscription to it.
It's for the GoPro 7 or newer only.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Hero 7.
Yeah, the Hero 7 or newer. It has to be
Right.
that one or newer.
Justin,
What?
can you go and follow my other TikTok account, please?
Would you send me a link?
Yes, when I was
Oh.
live.
Why? Did you get banned on the other one?
Nope. I
Or
will
is it-
discuss it at a different point.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go click on it.
I can already go live even though I've only got 50 something subscribers.
I don't even know why that's a fucking thing. I guess it costs some money, but still, it's bringing traffic to your application.
TikTok, YouTube, you need 100 subscribers to go live.
Yeah, or your account has to be established for a certain amount of period
Yeah.
too. Then it'll let you do it.
TikTok, it's
Or
supposed to be
you-
1,000.
And then also YouTube, I don't know if they still did, but back when I started my account, my second account, if you did an ID verification, you could go live within 24 hours after doing that. But you had to send in a picture of your ID and all that. I don't know if they're still doing it that way because I haven't started a new account in a long time, but
Well, they let me download it.
Oh, why did I put my arm in the head hole?
so do you still have your old account though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What do you think of it?
Just how I've been going on it for a little while.
Okay. That's what I was just wondering because I don't go on TikTok very often. So.
No, David.
What?
That's what I've just done to my top lip.
Yeah, very nice.
Now it stays up.
Been reconnecting. Download the fucking picture.
Stop getting in around with it.
View media. After all that. I need to edit it. Oh, no. No, where's the gallery gone? Yeah. What the fuck?
So Twitch still isn't making any fucking money. Jesus. I wonder how long Amazon's going to float Twitch before they give up on it.
Where will this thing go on? I haven't taken this bloody thing back yet.
Okay, I read your message, Laura.
She's in the other room.
Okay.
This is what she does. She starts a conversation, fucks off the other room, and carries it on.
Dude, I don't know what it is with fucking TikTok links though, is I click on them and it takes me to the app store and tells me to open the app, and then when I open the app, it doesn't take me to the link.
Why can't I get the photo out of the fucking
But yet
app?
on any other platform, I click on the link, it takes me right to that, to the either channel or item, whatever it might be. For some reason that one does not work on my phone. But if I go to on my computer and click on it, it'll take me right to it.
You got an SD card in it?
No.
No, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Don't you have to download it from the SD card?
No, I've sorted it. Fucking stupid thing.
All right,
You've
got
got
her.
in the app, you've got to go into it. You've got to click the picture. Then you've got to download it. Downloads it to your phone, but it's not saved to your phone. It's saved to the app. And then you've got to find some fucking weird setting to save it to your phone.
Brenda said hi to you and Laura.
Oh, hi, Brenda. Right, I need brighten these things. Like one? No.
Need to go back in the video and do that overclock on my GPU.
Don't leave it up. Yeah. Done. Save. Okay. Now we're going to share it. YouTube. This computer. Where did Joe go?
I don't know. He took off.
He'd had enough. He was getting.
I know he got a little
Yeah.
heated with Paul, but see both sides of it. Joe doesn't want to see Paul get hurt.
No, I don't want that one.
All right, here we go. Adjust background. Well, that's not what I wanted. But okay. The image. Find where it's. What do you mean access denied? Location is not available.
Verify email address. What are you having problems with?
Apparently, my documents are no longer available on my computer. There we go. Little Nibbles. With his wings out. He was trying to convince me he's this big.
Fuck's sake, come on, NVIDIA.
But don't get none of this shit. Oh, Windows, you fucking asshole. I'm guessing that Windows is going to start playing up now because it wants me to update to Windows 11.
Fucking crap.
I thought that wasn't till October.
Yeah, but he's pestering the shit out of me.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying that the spider we had in our property was big the other night, but at bloody 4:30 in the morning. Hey, Jody. Yeah. Hey, Gitchy. Yeah. 4:30 in the morning. Suddenly, my phone went nuts saying that the camera picked up a person. I was like, beg your pardon. I didn't hear the door. Jumps on the app, goes into the video, and the fuck off great spider come through the letterbox. Yeah. He literally opened the letterbox itself, the cheeky fucker. Walked straight up.
Doing?
It walked straight up the fucking wall and right over the camera.
That's a lot of pressure behind them springs in them letterboxes.
I don't think ours has got a spring. It's just one of them that just drops.
Ah, right.
But it does have a thing on it, to stop anyone posting like fireworks through and stuff, like a metal frame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it literally came out the letterbox. Was like, right, that's the camera. Let's go and disable that. Fucking. Yeah, the battery life shit on this Hero 7. All right.
It obviously thought it's safe to come in now. The birds are in the cage. Because I'm guessing they would have it.
Don't think they're eating that one. It might have eaten them.
Well, my internet's been off since about 6 o'clock.
Sounds about right.
Using my mobile data.
Scroll from the anything that like that I go set up like underneath it, you will see which platform lists. Yep, you should, right? Now tap set go up, set up live. Allow permission.
Oh, for God's sake.
Check account. On the next screen, choose to connect to a Wi-Fi network in your personal hotspot. Choose your sharing, friends. Give your stream a title. Short description. Choose your location. I'm not going to need to only do that. Choose your resolution. Choose save settings. Yeah. Tap go live. We'll press the shutter button. if you turn your camera upside down, your live stream footage will appear upside down. No shit.
According to this, it's going to be 21 degrees tomorrow. And
27.
it's going to start raining at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we got 27. Or
It's going to go down to. It's going to go down to 12 at 5 o'clock in the morning.
oh, I've been given permission when I do my charity event when I'm in Blackpool Tower.
Mhm.
Yeah, as long as it's not too big and it doesn't cause any problems. Yeah, I can hold up a small banner that says "Hello, Paul Murray and friends."
Because nobody's going to be able to read it at that height.
That's why Laura's going to
Get the drone.
use the drone,
Yeah.
and then we can upload it later.
Are we far enough away from Blackpool Airport?
Yes, Central Pier, I think.
Oh, that's all right then.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, because they're flying the court buildings. You know, they're knocking the courts down, and the people are flying drones around that.
I know Darren, DM Productions, he flies around I think he lives somewhere near Blackpool. God, I hate this program.
Right, it says to fly a drone in this area, you must obtain permission from Blackpool's air traffic control.
Hmm.
How the fuck do you do that?
It'll give you the phone number for the tower.
Oh, it's in them blue areas, isn't it? Fucking, why is it you open a picture and it fucking gives it you small? Right, we are gonna have to ring Blackpool Tower anyway. Blackpool Traffic Control.
Yeah, I meant the airport tower, not Blackpool Tower.
Yeah. Because I'm just gonna be in it when I start. I'm not even sure how Laura's going live from the drone yet.
Not that easy.
Yeah. So this is what you was on about, isn't it? If you're in them blue zones, you have to get permission.
It should, what's it? If you click on the blue zone, it should bring up information.
This is just an image.
All right.
Yeah. It just says them blue zones. I would guess them at that angle are probably no goes.
If you open drone assist.
No, that's Laura's job. Anyways. Permissions to fly. Must be submitted 72 hours in advance.
Oh, there we go. Fuck's sake.
Alright.
Oh, she has to register with this portal app. And then she has to tell them how high she's going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what she plans to do with the footage.
There we go.
Just to delete it. Right, so that's how I'll go live with that. So I need to save that over there. Play with that tomorrow. Alright, what fucking save it over there and get stupid. There you go. Yeah, that. Right, so those using Hero 7 silver or white can't go live. Only
That
black.
has to be a black. Mm.
So what, you got the wrong one?
No, I've got the black.
What are you gonna you have a hotspot, or are you just gonna connect it to a phone, or what?
Yeah, it's going to be connected to my phone. And then hopefully I can power the camera with the battery pack.
Well, if you're planning on using it a lot, you might as well just pick up a couple extra batteries or two.
Yeah, no, but if I'm live, I can't just suddenly go back in a minute.
Mm.
How big is the battery on that thing?
Not big.
Very big. They're only about maybe an inch by.
No, I mean, how many milliamps is what I meant.
All right.
Because it's going to depend on how big of a portable charger you're going to want to take.
Oh, if I take a battery pack, I can charge my phone and the camera.
Do you know how many milliamps that battery is there?
No.
Yeah,
Here we
just
go. Well, right.
NVIDIA has got another driver update for the first of this month. Version 576.88.
1800 mAh.
1800. Okay, so it's 1800.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you
yeah,
can get
yeah,
different
that's not
ones,
very.
'cause that's 1800.
Yeah, that's
That's
not very big
1600.
battery.
No.
So yeah, if you have something that's around 10,000 milliamp, that should give you plenty of charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 20,000 mAh battery I've got here.
Yeah. Just sent your Facebook reel. Just reminds me of Paul for some reason.
Give me a sec, my screen's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
After this driver's update's done, I'll look at it. Okay. It's done. Put you over here. Hey, what are you doing over here? Get back over on your own screen. You're supposed to be over there. Sneaking over here on me. All right.
I'm back.
Oh my God.
My cell phone died, and I drove all over the north end of town to try and find some place to get another phone or whatever, because that's my only way of communicating.
What do you mean it just died?
Nothing.
It won't turn back on or anything?
Nope. Nope.
Take it back to the store you got it from and say, "Oi!" Now that's
Well, they're not open until every place closes at 7 o'clock.
And it's July the 4th tomorrow.
Yep.
well, that sucks.
And I noticed this just happened after it did an update. Because you know what I talk about updates. I just hate updates.
Did
It just didn't run out of battery.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Just
The
plug it in
phone
on
is only
charge.
the phone is only 4 months old.
Yeah, put it
Yeah,
on
but-
charge.
Have you tried charging it?
Yeah. And well, I took it to I found another place I could take it to.
Yeah,
And
just plug it in because when you're updating, it munches your power.
Yeah, just try plugging it in for a little bit. Because if it went completely dead, which it shouldn't have done the update unless you had a minimum of like 25 or 30% battery. Because
Well,
normally
what-
it won't let you do it.
where
if
I
you're
took
not-
it, the guy dug around inside and says, "There's all kinds of crap in the port, charging port."
Well, maybe it just didn't get a good enough charge. So just because if it's completely dead, it's going to take a minute or two for it to turn back on. Like even to come up on the screen, it could take a minute or two.
Well, I've got it plugged in,
Just let it sit for a minute.
and it
And then-
just says 1%.
Okay, then let it get up to about 5%
go,
before you
fine.
turn it on.
It won't come on until it's at 5%.
Well, it will, but if he doesn't have a fast charger,
No, it won't. It won't power up until 5% for Samsung.
no, mine powers up at 1%, but I got a 45-watt charger on mine. I can turn mine on 1%.
It
But if
shouldn't.
if I have a regular charger hooked up to it, it doesn't put enough power in for what it's consuming until it gets to at least 5 to 8%.
I've got a 65 watt attached to mine.
Yeah, so have I, and it doesn't come on until 5%.
Well, my phone will only take up to
But
45
it only
watts
take
anyway.
it only takes something like a minute or two to get to 5%.
That's
Oh, it
if he has a
puzzles me.
fast charger.
Yeah, you plug it in on a fast charge, and it'll
Yeah,
do first, 70% in like minutes. Zoom. Yeah, and then it'll take an hour to do the last bit.
Mm.
Well, you know, I have bastards.
When I get off here, I'll do the overclock on my GPU. See how that's working.
I'm gonna go low.
And get that utilization down a little bit.
The screen just stays absolutely black.
Yeah, it will
Yeah,
do.
just leave
Yeah.
it plugged in for about 10 minutes. Just don't touch it.
Okay.
And then once it gets to like 5, 8% somewhere in there, just then turn it back on.
Just drives me crazy, you know. It's always something. Always something.
I think your phone just died completely.
Yeah, that's all it was. If it's down at 1%, your phone battery just went.
I mean, there could be stuff in your charging port, but that don't mean that has nothing to do with your phone dying.
Well, he tried to plug it in, didn't work, and he had to dig all this shit out. He had to.
Well,
Great.
that might have been your problem. You probably plugged it in and it wasn't getting a full contact, and you thought it was charging, and it wasn't the whole time.
It's only
It
a
was
few.
slowly dying.
Oh, did you pay him anything?
No.
That's all right then.
If it's only a few.
Because I asked to buy a charger for my car, you know, that goes into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, the store's closed, so I can't do anything." You know.
Well, that's fine because you can.
But
keep that
he was
for next to
nice enough
nothing.
to try and get it fixed for me. You know.
Where the hell have you been keeping it to get a load of crap at 4 months old in your charger port?
Don't know.
Probably
In my
fucking.
pocket.
Yeah, you're probably getting lit and everything in there.
Is it in a phone case?
Yes.
Does it have a cover over the charging port?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Then you should get one.
See, my OtterBox has a phone cover that it goes a little flap that goes down into the charging port when it's in my pocket, and so the cheaper cases normally don't have that.
You think it's charged enough so I can start it?
I don't know
Nope.
what percentage is it on.
It doesn't say anything. It's just black.
Well, just touch the screen.
Yeah, or just press the power button. Don't hold it down. Just press it one time real quick. Yeah, see, what does it say?
1%.
Your charger might be bad. Do you have another charger somewhere? Or that, or you're on a really shitty phone charger.
Charger. Yeah.
I bet you his didn't come with one, Mark, and he's probably using an old
Yeah.
ass phone charger that just doesn't put out a lot of
Yeah.
watts.
Somewhat like a 15-watt one.
Probably less than that. Probably like 8 or 10. Because I know most phones are minimum 18 watts now. I mean, that's minimum. I've seen phones. But most of them are 20, 25 watts, and most of the phones.
Yeah.
What iPhones are what, 20? 25?
Somewhat like. I actually use my DJI charger to charge my iPhone.
Yeah, because your phone will regulate how much it can take in.
Yeah.
Like mine does maximum 45, so even if I plug it into a 65 watt, it's not going to charge it that speed. But the 45 watt charger's fucking quick, dude.
It'll fully charge from dead in less than an hour.
Like, I could be on like 1 or 2%, plug my phone in, come back like about 5-10 minutes later, and it'll be up to like 40-some%. It doesn't, because I think it gets to 80% and then it starts to trickle charge once it hits 80, then it slows down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take long at all to get up to like 80-90%, dude. It gets up there quick. I got a good deal though on Amazon. They had 2 Anker 45 watt chargers, USB-C, and 2 cables, Anker cables, and it was only like $15 or something. For
Did
both
it have
of them.
did it have a PD socket on it as well?
No, it was just USB-C. But shit, for $15, I couldn't beat that.
Well, the PD
Dude.
socket is a USB-C. It just is a different color.
Oh, no. This just has a standard USB-C fast charging port on it. But for, like I said, for $15, I got 2 chargers and 2 6-foot cables.
That's not
So, yeah, not for Anker neither. Anker makes good shit.
Yeah, I unplugged it from the wall and it lit back up again. It just says 1%.
Yeah, leave
Yeah,
it for a
did
bit.
that phone charger come with that phone, or are you just using an old phone charger?
Just using an old phone charger.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
that charger doesn't have enough watts to charge that phone like it should be. What phone do you have?
It's a Samsung.
Tab, you have a Samsung, what, A series, right? Isn't it A26 or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know. I just got it 4 months ago.
Yeah, you just need a better charger.
Use your drone charger.
Yeah. Get your drone. Do you still have that 65 watt charging block? Because your phone will regulate the proper power it can take up to. So you can plug it into a bigger charger. Do you have any of the drone chargers that you had for the Neo or any of those?
Well, the one he uses for his Air 2S will be enough.
Yeah, where's your one for your Air 2S?
I just use this cable over here for that.
Yeah, but I don't think your phone's getting the proper wattage. You're using an old charger that doesn't have enough wattage to charge it.
Oh no, the Air 2S plugs straight into the mains, doesn't it? The charging.
I have no idea. I've never had one.
Yeah, the Air 2S charging block just plugs straight into the mains.
I know he had a 65 watt block
It
at one
does.
time.
It does have a USB output on the charging block, though. I think.
Uh, yeah, I think he has the A35, and that one would be a 20 watt charger. And he's probably using the old, what is it, the 5 volt, 2 amp chargers from back in the day. Or he's probably plugged into a fucking USB 2.0 on his computer.
Mm.
He needs a 20 watt charger. Yeah, they got a 2-pack. You can get a 2-pack 20 watt charger with 2 cables for $12. Anchor brand that he could get. He'd have two different chargers, USB-C, and it has a USB-A on it too. That's not a bad deal.
Mhm.
Paul, you need this right here. And you can get 2 of these for $12, Anchor brand. These are 20 watt chargers, and they come with 2 cables and 2 charging blocks for $12 from Amazon.
I think that this is an Anchor charger.
Well, let me look at it.
Hang on.
Because I think you're. No, that's. What is it? What does it say on it for how many watts it is? It should be printed on
Super
wherever the.
fast charging, it says.
Okay, then something's wrong with your cable then, because there's no reason your phone should have been plugged in that long and been on 1% still on a super fast charger. That's probably a 20 watt charger, either 18 or 20 watt.
It might well be a low wattage cable.
Yeah, try a different cable. Do you got another cable?
No.
You must have another USB-C cable somewhere. Your drone one.
Yeah, your drone's got to have them.
Yeah, but I can't find anything with the drones.
What about your Neo? Does that have one?
He hasn't got a Neo anymore.
I thought he still had one.
No, he's.
Oh no, the Flip.
then-
He still has the Flip though, don't he? Or did he sell that too?
I don't know. I think he sold it. He sent the Neo to Lance.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he went through so many of those fucking things. I can't remember which one. If he actually still had one or not.
I want to thank Republican congressmen and women because what they did is incredible last night.
You had 2 countries that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I hear Trump talking in the background. Dude, that shit was funny. I'm sorry. When he dropped the F-bomb. Oh, dude, I was laughing my ass off. Because it was like Iran and Israel were like, all right, fine. We'll knock it off. It's like finally somebody yelled at them and they were both like, okay, Jesus, leave us alone. Optimize. No, we just need to go to system performance.
We have a country to run.
I got one of these.
Let me see. The fuck is that? The hell is that?
It's a power. It's by Halo. You can
Oh.
you can use it as a portable charger for your car or power it up. And over here, it's got place where it's got cables where you can plug in to do your car. See?
Does it have a USB-C on it?
Yeah, right here, two of them.
Well, try.
The
Try-
USB
no, the-
A's to USB C.
Yeah, those are USB-A ports, not USB-C. USB-C is what plugs into your phone.
What's
So
that small
try
one?
plugging it in there and see if it does
Well,
anything
yeah, but
different.
see here, I've got this.
Okay, try that cable then. Your cable might just be bad. Either that or it's fucking not getting enough power through the 10 power strips you got plugged in one another.
That could be it.
Okay, so it's going to be 5 volts, 2.4 amp.
What, the cable?
This right here.
Yeah, that should be right.
Plug that in. Still at 1%.
Well, it's gonna take a minute. But that'll give you an idea, at least if your box or your cable's bad. But you're gonna have to give it about 5 minutes. If it's not off 1% in 5 minutes, then there's something wrong. Because
That's what it says right there.
okay, it's showing the charging bar now.
1%.
Now, does your phone normally say super fast charging or fast charging when you plug it in?
No, it doesn't say anything.
Because mine always comes up with it will either say fast charging if it's if it's under 45 watts, and then it will say super fast charging if it's on the 45. But like if I take my phone and I plug it into, like say it's on 5%, and I plug it into my computer, it'll tell me estimated charge time's like 3 hours because it's got such a low wattage. But once I plug it in, then it goes to super fast charging.
Okay, it's I just held it and it's starting up.
Well, there you go. No, you just need to let it charge.
It may turn back off though because it didn't charge very long.
Now, if it's still plugged in, just leave it plugged in.
Oh, it said the model on there was that A6. All right, it says Metro.
Metro by T-Mobile.
I'm looking for
And then
accessories.
it just shut down.
Yeah, because I don't think you let it get to 1%. Wait, no, it's on.
Well, I clicked the thing again. Watch.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it on the table. Give it 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, just give it like 5 minutes. Just set it down, let it charge for about 5 minutes and see where it's at.
Don't be so impatient, Paul. You'll get there. If he's doing that, he's doing something. So, I'm looking at GoPro accessories, to get some like stuff for it. And someone's selling a waterproof housing on Amazon. And in the reviews, someone said that they put it on, but the GoPro sank to the bottom. What's the point in a waterproof housing if it's just going to sink?
Because I don't think it allows it to float. I think it's just to keep the water out.
Well, yeah. But that's the review they left. They left a bad review because it sank.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know why they don't make the camera itself with an IP rating. I don't understand why you got to put a fucking case over it.
It does.
Does it have its own IP rating?
I'm sure it does. It's supposed to be waterproof.
Then what's the point of the underwater case then?
I think it's It's
If you
probably
want-
like rainproof, not out. at
Brenda
sea.
says to stop being impatient, Paul.
Well, there's always an IP rating, but it's probably got a really low one. But you think, like I said, you think like any other device, they'd make it to where it could go to a certain depth. Because I mean, even the flat, like the cell phones, a lot of cell phones, they can get dunked in water and you can take them out, dry them
The
off, and they'll work
GoPro
fine.
Hero 7 is waterproof, especially the Hero 7 black, silver, and white models are waterproof to 33 feet, 10 meters without needing a housing.
Yeah, and you're never going to dive 33 feet. So.
Well, it depends if you
should be.
drop it into the water.
Well, I mean, that's true too, but I mean, if you're walking in the rain and stuff, you shouldn't have to worry about that though.
The thing is, though, it's got nothing to, to clip it to you. So you're going to have to get some sort of housing.
Because, there's shit tons of fucking GoPro accessories and mounts and clips and all kinds of shit you can get. You can get hat clips where you can clip it on your hat. You can get chest ones. I mean, they make tons of different ones. You can go on Amazon and they have like kits you can buy that will have like 20 different mounts in it for like, 20, 30 bucks.
Yeah.
And it'll give you 20 different ways to mount it to shit.
Look at the solar machine.
Yeah, GoPro makes there's tons and tons of accessories for those as far as like mounts go.
Sorry, I didn't get that. The internet isn't reachable.
But shut the fuck up.
Virgin for you, it's still not working.
Are they going to send a tech out to your house or what?
No, it's nothing to do with my equipment. It's something on their lines outside.
Okay. They have an estimated time of fix? Or...
No, they just said try it again in 24 hours.
Because usually here they're very quick if the internet goes down. I mean, usually they'll have it back up within an hour, 2 hours tops.
It's been off for the past 7, 8 hours now.
Yeah, I've only ever gone like a whole day where the internet was out and it wasn't working. But normally they'll have it back up within a couple of hours. Because they have emergency techs that work overnight if something goes wrong. They can respond.
Yeah. Find it first.
That's why I like being on fiber, because going from cable internet to fiber internet, dude, there's so much less issues with fiber.
No,
I mean, we hardly ever have an issue with the fiber.
Mine is fiber.
I'm just saying by my experience over here, like whenever I was on the cable internet, dude, we were having problems all the time. There were always outages, shorted, the speeds would drop way down consistently all the time. And then once we got on fiber, I haven't had a single issue with them.
Well, I've been on fiber for nearly 10 years now.
You guys want to stay on?
No, mind.
There's a ship I'm going to go get, so I'll be gone about a half hour. I can make Justin the host.
Yeah, just make me the host, and if we want to shut it down, we'll shut it down.
Okay.
Yeah, we promise not just to leave your chair alone this time.
Make host. Okay, you're the host now. It's a German German charter type boat that I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
Past your bedtime.
Bedtime, what?
She's lost the plot.
I need the plot to start off with.
Can you grab me a
No,
please?
no.
And
I'll be back.
Okay.
I've got all that somewhere.
It is allowed to be bedtime. It's 1:45.
Mark, it's past your bedtime.
It's not past my bedtime. Oh God.
That's lunchtime for
Message
Mark.
Kate and tell her.
Yeah,
Mark
Mark's
won't
just
go to bed.
yeah, Mark's just having his lunch. What are you talking about? Hyperfiber? I haven't heard of that.
Justin, it's past your bedtime. You
Let
need
me
to get
look
on
that
your
up real quick,
bedtime.
Brenda.
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, is that Hyperfiber the one that's like 5 gigs?
Oh, where I left mine. Oh, it's empty.
Okay, Hyperfiber, I guess is the name of a company, and they emphasize its gig for life pricing, where their monthly rate for 1 gig plan remains the same for the duration of the customer service. Okay, so it's not like it doesn't look like it's like a different type of fiber. It just it's a company that is giving people 1 gig service for the entirety of their account at the same price. So they kind of lock you into a price. You get kind of grandfathered in, I guess, automatically.
I'm gonna go to
Not,
bed.
not bad depending on what the price is. Doesn't say what the price is, but
Yeah.
it's how much is that cost, Brenda?
Too much for you.
Oh yeah, get off Comcast. Brenda,
Oh.
get the fuck off Comcast. Go to fiber. I'm telling you, you'll love it. It's 10 times better.
Wrist strap.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not sure
it's a little controller thing you can get for 'em.
my fibre actually costs because
No
it's all
problem.
bundled together with me cable TV and my landline, but it's £100 a month.
Oh, good.
And I know, Brenda, that Spectrum and Comcast may be doing the same thing. Spectrum started contracting what was it? Oh fuck, what company was that? They were contracting one of the fiber companies because they're trying to move people over to fiber, and they were giving pretty good deals.
Isn't that what Lloyd did?
Well, so they're going to give you 1 gig speed, Brenda. If it's true 1 gig speed, it would be 1,000 up, 1,000 down. That's plenty of internet for you. I mean, you're not doing anything extensive. Like, that's really good internet.
Actually, a new law's coming in Europe, and it should come over here. Yeah, true 1 gig. They're going to have to quote you at 1.6 gig because of that loss in thing.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of the times they say you're getting 1 gig, and you actually get 500. 500 to 900.
Well,
I get about 670-ish normally.
On cable, I think Laura gets 900.
Well, see, over here, if I'm on Wi-Fi on my computer, I'll average about 600 and
Laura.
something. Well, no, because I'm on the 2.5 now, so I would average about 1,800, 1,700 up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I'm plugged into my computer, I'm always like 100 under the maximum. Like 100, 150. So it'd be like 2350 up and down.
Mine's about 670 to 700 down, but only about 105 up.
I promise you, Brenda, 1 gig service for you and your husband will do everything you need it to do and run everything in your house. You won't have an issue with that at all.
Yeah, you see that, Justin?
Yeah. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, and fiber's actually pretty cheap right now. They're offering a lot of really good deals, Brenda. But like I said, you get the 1 gig service and that'll be plenty for you and your husband and all your gadgets in your house. You guys shouldn't have any issues.
Yeah.
But paying Comcast $333 a month is insane.
Well, that is crazy. Jeez.
I know that's probably including her cable and all that, but still, it's
Yeah, but
cable internet.
including cable with mine and the phone line as well.
Right.
Only 100.
Brenda,
83.
check out that Hyperfiber and also check out Frontier. Frontier usually offers really good deals as well. If you got Frontier in your area.
I have the Sky Sports, Sky Premium HD, and Sky. I don't know why I've got Sky Kids on there, but I've got that on it as well, included in that, and the free Netflix as well.
Yeah, call Frontier or that Hyperfiber company. Get in touch with both of them and just tell them you want 1 gig service. You don't need any more than that. And see what their pricing is on it. Or also call your cable company. Comcast may subcontract a fiber company through them where you'll get a better deal. So. Okay, well then get up with that Hyperfiber company. And like I said, also contact your cable company, Comcast, and ask them if they have any, if they contract out their internet to any fiber companies. Because usually you get a really good deal when they do that. You'll actually probably end up paying less than what you're paying for your internet now. Ours dropped by $40 a month by going with fiber.
Have you finished doing that update yet?
What update?
The one that you were doing.
Oh yeah, I watched that video.
Funny.
Yeah. It's, except for it needed to be a white dude on the computer.
Yeah. Oh, it's usual call center.
Yeah. Oh, David dropped. Was it? No, who dropped off?
I don't know. I thought there was only me, you, and David. Unless Jonathan was still on.
Yeah, he may have fell asleep again.
Yeah.
He fell asleep this morning. We went offline. We're offline for like 30 minutes. All of a sudden, Jonathan wakes the fuck back up because his cat bit him or something and woke him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, depending on what their pricing is for that 1 gig service, I'm going to assume it's going to be between 60 to 100 a month, somewhere in there. If they can lock you in on a price in between that, that's pretty good.
Actually, no, Paul dropped off.
Oh yeah, no, Paul's still on the panel.
Is he?
Yeah, it had to have been Jonathan. He just hadn't said nothing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Paul is still there. Yeah, Jonathan was on with his mic muted and camera off. But
I opened it, exploded on me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna guess the price is gonna be more around 60 to 80, or the seems to be the average price for 1 gig service around here.
Just answering the phone. I'll be back in a sec.
All right.
Oh no, she's gone. It's all right. Don't worry. It was only Kate. She disappeared before I answered it. Put it. If I can answer it and put you on mute, and then come when she puts the phone down, it goes straight back to you.
I mean, are you watching sports on a application, Brenda, like ESPN app or something like that? Because I mean, if you got like a smart TV and your guys are using apps through the TV, then yeah, I can get rid of the cable. Cable's dying off anyway because a lot of young people are not getting cable these days. They're getting internet and they're using applications to watch stuff. If you look at the numbers of cable users over the last 10 years, they've dropped way off. That's why so many of the cable companies have been transitioning to being more internet providers. They're focusing more on the internet side of their companies. Like we don't watch any. We had cable, but when we went to Frontier, they pretty much we got Sarah's mom's TV in the living room. Just it's all got all our apps on there that they're logged into, and they just watch everything through those. Yeah, if you could drop Comcast altogether, Brenda, I would. I said we got Spectrum around here, and they're fucking horrible. Because they're still using internet through coax. They're not even fiber.
We're just talking to you guys. My fucking microphone was off.
Did you figure out how to get your camera live?
Yeah, I weren't doing that.
Oh, I thought that's what you've been working
I
on.
just sat there and, I was answering you guys. I was thinking, why are you not answering me back, you ignorant fuckers? And I looked up and I was like, why's the fucking microphone on?
Well, it was on when you said yours was 83, but that was it. Didn't hear anything after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's right, Brenda. You free up some of that money. You can do something else with it. Hit the golf course a little bit more. $300 gets you on the golf course quite a bit more. I don't know, how much does it cost to do like an average round of golf at just a standard golf course
Too
for one
much.
person?
It completely depends.
Yeah.
Cheap public courses, maybe 20 quid for a round.
Yeah.
About
You want to go
$30
to a
over here.
want to go to a proper one?
Up to you're paying maybe 40, 50 pound a round at private courses. You go to somewhere like Carnoustie, about 150 quid a round.
I think it's sort of like 500-600 quid on the Trump's course in Aberdeen, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's like a fucking.
Glen Eagles isn't cheap. Never has
Yeah,
been.
that's why I was talking standard golf course, just your standard local golf course. You're talking about like
local one down here. It's going to be a housing estate soon. I'm not sure whether they just whacked up the prices just to fuck everyone off, or that's a genuine price. But they're charging 300 quid for a 9-hole course.
Jesus. That's
Is that-
fucking expensive.
That's ticket, not one round.
It just says 9. Just says 9 courses, 9 holes, 300 quid.
Yeah, it won't be one round. That
You get like a fucking punch card. You get to come like 10 times.
I mean, if you join a private course, a club, then you get as much golf as you want for your subscription, but that can be like 1,500 a year.
I guess if you're playing enough, that would be worth it.
Mm.
You'd have to play like what, at least twice a week to make that worth it.
Well, I used to play every Saturday and every Sunday. And
Yeah, for 1,500 a month or 1,500 a year, if you're going twice a week, I guess that's not too bad. Break it down.
I mean, ours was actually a public course owned by the council, but run by a separate company. And it was only like $450 a year for the season ticket, and that allowed you to play whenever you wanted. And it's even better now because it's still about the same price, and the company that run our course also run about 5 other courses in the area, and it allows you to play any one of them.
Yeah, see, that's not bad because if you went twice a week, that'd be what, 100 and
Well, it's like
104 times a year you'd go.
Yeah, I know.
well,
the
you
one
probably
on our road's going to be a housing estate. They reckon they're going to get 3,500 houses on it. Yeah, good luck with it. But they want to keep one of the centre green things to act as a little park for the kiddies.
I take it winter's more desirable in Florida, huh, Brenda? It's cooler out.
Yeah.
Said you get summer deals, but you don't get any winter deals. So I'm assuming more people are playing during the winter when it's cooler out.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play golf in the winter over here.
But you actually get less playing in the winter because our winters are crap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking Florida winters. You're talking 50, 60 degree weather. I mean, that's comfortable with a decent sweatshirt and some pants on.
Yeah, that's like our summer.
Yeah, that's a not bad being outside in that type of weather. Yeah, I can imagine going golfing in Florida in the middle of fucking summer. Jesus, it's like 95 degrees out, like 80% humidity, sweating your ass off.
18 holes of golf when you're walking around the course can take like 4 to 5 hours.
That's what I'm saying. You're walking around in 95-degree heat, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're on
over here, right?
When you're on a buggy, you can cut it down to about 3.
In the winter months over here, you sling the ball, you hit the ball, you shout 4, and it just goes splodge, just disappears into the mud. Is that class as a hole in one?
No. Well, if your ball is plugged, you can take it out of the plug hole and put it next to the hole and clean it.
Well, Brenda had a hookup. She said she worked at a golf course for years, very rarely paid for golf, and they did 3 or 4 rounds or 3 to 5 rounds a week.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, if you're not having to pay for it, hell yeah. I got invited to go golfing with 2 or 3 people around here. I just never went because I just don't golf. But the guy I used to do, there was a guy that owned a golf course here in town, and he had a like a little convenience, what do you call it? The like store for a golf course. And he would come into Walmart. What was it called?
A pro shop.
Pro shop, yeah. I was trying to think of it. But he would come in and he would get like all the snacks and drinks, and I would order cases of different things for him every month, and he'd come in and pick his order up. And he offered for me to come out and play with him a bunch of times. And I was like, dude, I just don't play golf. He's like, well, anytime you want to come out, just let me know. Because he owned the whole golf course and the pro shop.
If it was food, that was probably the halfway place.
Yeah, it was like cases of candy bars and like cases of drinks. And I would build his order up over the month. And he had a special pallet that all his stuff went on that nobody was to touch. And it would be shrink wrapped, and he'd come in once a month and pick it up. It'd be like little bags of chips, all that shit. And he'd give me a list every month of what he wanted and how many of each he wanted. And then he'd come in once a month and pick it up. And then there was another guy that used to come into Walmart all the time that was he always wanted me to help him with stuff, and he played on a bunch of golf courses, and he always offered for me to go out with him too. I probably should have took the offer up on one of them, but I just never did.
Yeah.
Golf never really interested me like that.
No, once you start playing it, it's addictive.
And honestly, if I was gonna go play it, I'd probably want to play with somebody I'm really good friends with first, because obviously I'd want them to have the patience with me, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of going with somebody that's kind of a stranger and I've never played before, you know, I wouldn't want to be holding them up on the golf course trying to play.
Your best bet is to go to a driving range first and hit a few balls just to get used to it before you attempt to go on a golf course.
Oh, when I was a teenager, I used to spend a lot of time in Arizona at my grandpa's house on my mom's side, and he lived on the 18th hole of a golf course. And we used to go to the driving range all the time. I mean, I wasn't bad. I could hit a ball down range, but that was back when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Brenda said, golf is the most humbling sport you'll ever play. Yeah, Brenda loves golf. Definitely picked the right fucking state to move to or to live in. Fucking God, dude, I could fucking spit out my front door and hit 10 golf courses. Because now they're building all these private communities now, and every one of them has their own golf course now.
Yeah. And you build a country club kind of thing, it always has houses around it, doesn't it?
Well, that's the thing, is like a lot of these housing complexes aren't country clubs. They don't start off that way. They start off as a housing complex, and then they'll put a bunch of golf. They'll put a golf course in, a tennis court, basketball courts, and it's more just for the community. People that live in that community can just go golf whenever they want. You know, obviously you pay dues because there's HOAs in those, but for the upkeep on the properties and everything. But yeah, they're not really country clubs. It's just communities, a golf course built around a community.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even have like pro shops or anything. It's just they have parking. You pull up there at your golf cart and you just go out and start hitting balls. Yeah, what would be the other one? It'd be what? Arizona's got a lot of golf courses, doesn't it? The other retirement state.
Welcome back, Paul.
Quite a lot of beach.
That wasn't a half hour. He's only got like 20 minutes, if that.
I mean, Bud Bieber works on a golf course as well. He's on the ground stuff.
Yeah, that's the two states everybody seems to retire to. They either go to Arizona or Florida.
All right.
Because I remember there was I want to say there was a Super Bowl a while back, and it was Arizona versus Florida, I think. And they were making fun of it, and they had two guys in a wheelchair. Like instead of two football helmets, it was two dudes in a wheelchair.
Oh man!
Ignore the right.
How long was I gone, Justin?
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes.
Just
Okay.
ignore the writing on this, but I think this video is how you treat the kids getting on your bus. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
your bus, Justin?
No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it. We're worse.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was reading something after I watched it. Okay, never mind. That was just hosted in Arizona. I was thinking of something else. Though. All right, well, I'm going to jump off. I'll give Paul back host.
Okay, we want to shut her down, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. See you all later.
Later.
Okay,
Yeah,
shut
catch
it
you later,
down,
guys.
Justin.
I gave you host back. You're going to have to shut
Okay,
it
all
down.
right. Thanks.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye for now. Thanks for covering for me, guys.